Escape to paradise with a relaxing 6-night stay in the iconic islands of Tahiti and Moorea. Enjoy an all-inclusive non-stop flight to Tahiti from Seattle or Los Angeles on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. This dream getaway also includes beautiful accommodations, excursions, daily breakfast, all transfers, and more starting at just $26.95 per person. Call 1-877-468-2448 to book yours today.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category. Wheel.
Spinning it, dude.
It is spinning.
Spin it around.
That's the one that you will hear. And then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented James, who thought Denzel, Washington was a suburb of Seattle, and found a way to answer 7 consecutive questions wrong. My man. Can you do better? Well, of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration.
To be a contestant of Play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but y'all, away we go. Welcome to Season 20 and episode number 4,247. What a large and in-charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The head chef is back in the house. With these colder temperatures, the head chef has decided to heat things up. I'm talking hot sauces today.
Yeah, we got a nice little list of state's favorite hot sauces, and everybody has a personal favorite hot sauce, in my opinion.
I think it depends on where you are in this country. What hot sauce, like a lot of things, is the most popular.
I also think it has to do with what you're eating.
Yeah.
I have certain hot sauces I use for some things. Some are just for breakfast.
But somehow they all do okay on scrambled eggs. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the one universal food where I believe, if you got a bottle of hot sauce, it's still going to be good on eggs.
Yeah, especially a sunny side up egg. It looks right with a little dash of hot sauce.
Mm-hmm. You go to different places around the South, maybe just based on the name. Texas Pete is more popular than
Texas Larry.
Yeah, Frank's Red Hot, or, there's a lot of similar ones, but, depending on the region you're in. I mean, Tabasco, for a fact, is New Orleans. So, yeah, no matter what, if you're getting seafood, you might not even get another option. If you want hot sauce, it's Tabasco or bust. They do have a bunch of different varieties. They do. But
as far as food that we eat, do you believe that the hot sauce world is more likely to have someone's name associated with the product?
I would say
between barbecue and hot sauce. There's Frank's, you can have Stubbs, you know what I'm saying?
Sweet Baby
You don't
Ray.
get that. You don't have like Miles's beer. That's just not how it works. They'll come up with some crazy name.
And the pastry world. You've got, I don't know,
Johnny Claire,
Little Debbie, and you've got like Sarah Lee.
But they're representing an entire production line.
Yeah.
Like Frank's Red Hot. He's like, dude, I make Frank's Red Hot. That's it. I'm Frank.
It's pretty much.
I do Red Hot. I'm done. I make nothing. Sweet Baby Ray.
Anything you add on, because seasonings do the same thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Like I'm a big Dano's guy now.
Dave's Killer Bread. Some people, they want their name associated with it.
I'll tell you what, though, that is the, even if I don't need it, because let's be honest, I probably have 6 bottles of hot sauce right now in my home, so I don't need to stock up on it anymore. But when I get to the hot sauce and the barbecue area of the grocery store, I always stop and I look. Every single time at what they have. I do the same thing with seasoning, not necessarily your, just day-to-day spices. I'm talking about the stuff you're talking about, Ted, as far as the rubs go and all the different things that you can, prep for your meat. And to be honest with you, I think I'm still in the camp of, as far as hot wings go, just a traditional hot sauce with butter. It doesn't need to be hot.
I agree.
Correct. It needs to be about medium, and that's fine. I don't like hot sauces that get to the point where I'm not enjoying eating the food because my mouth can't taste anything anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Like, look, man, there's a point where it's just pain. It's pain with a hint of flavor versus, look, I don't mind tearing up a little bit or getting a little sweat on my brow, but I want to know that it's worth it.
Yes.
And because some things, and Ted, you brought this up, like, you'll keep eating this thing that's effing you up, but because it's so good.
Correct.
Like, I know I'm sweating. I know I'm going to pay for this when I poop 12 hours from now, but it's good enough that I'm gonna do this.
What would you guys say that you use the most of as far as hot sauce goes in your house?
Oh, Frank's.
Frank's?
Man, I got a lot of Frank's. I got a lot of it really depends, man. Frank's to me is kind of just the go-to, but certain things, very specifically to me, Tabasco.
Okay.
But we have an S-ton of hot sauces, and half of them we don't even open yet. It's like you said, you buy this bottle, it looks good. I'm sure it will be good. They're just sitting completely unopened in the pantry.
Yeah. To me, Tapatio. Tapatio is my home run sauce for just the basic, right? But if I am eating Mexican food, I definitely go Valencia. I think that hot sauce is fantastic, but it's only really good in my mind on Mexican food. It doesn't do well on wings. I've tried that before, but that's good stuff as well.
It is.
At some point, I'd get a bottle of something, and I like all hot sauces. If I got a bottle of Frank's, I just use it until it's gone. I had that Old Bay hot sauce that I used until it was gone.
I got some of that.
That stuff's great.
Louisiana hot sauce, I really enjoyed. Tabasco, same thing. There was a Chipotle Tabasco that I used forever. That was a really good one.
I'm not even kidding. Like, unlike you, we open like 15 of them, and somehow they rotate through. So I have a ton of hot sauce, but I can't remember what they all are.
And sometimes you got to save them. Like, I just have a little bit of Old Bay hot sauce left. I'm waiting on it.
What for?
I don't know.
You'll know.
Yeah,
when occasion hits, you'll know.
I know.
That's the worst part.
Chicken wings, probably. I mean,
I just better save it. But yeah, hot sauce is $4.30.
Head Chef is on the way, exactly. 4:30, Ted's Meat and Potatoes. What else do we have for you today? If you're listening in your office there or in your car, if you got the KISW app, be sure to log in on the Odyssey app and listen to KISW for 1 hour and your chance 5K a day. Just make sure you're signed in. If you listen for 1 hour, you are automatically qualified to win that money. And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or not sober. We do reset the biggest dummy at the beginning of every new season. So our biggest dummy was James, who completed that in week 1 of 2025. It took him 8 questions to get one right.
Correct.
Fortunately for us last week, we did not even get close to that number.
We really didn't, man.
Which sometimes, and James wasn't painful. He was having a hard time with the questions.
It just took him longer to get one. Right. Like you said, not painful. We did not hate him, did not think he was stupid.
No,
just took him longer than anyone. He's just dumber than everyone else who called.
But 8 is the magic number for James, and he is our biggest dummy as we speak. And when we do Big Dummy, we like to do a little men's room poll. Last time, everyone knew that you got arrested. The problem is, what do you pick that people know that you got arrested for doing, right? So here were your choices. Number 1, you could get arrested for beating up your mom. And we had a story where a woman attacked her mother with hot grits and cheese.
That's right.
And when the police showed up, she still had grits and cheese on her face that were encrusted.
I like how the cops have to enter that into their official report. We found evidence of the grits still on the mother's face and some on the floor.
Well, we determined, you're going to beat up your mom. The next thing you could get arrested for was self-love at work. There were so many stories about people either getting fired, busted.
Yeah.
We've experienced them personally.
Yes, we have.
As far as people taking care of themselves.
Ready?
Self-love at work.
Definitely did.
If you've ever worked an overnight shift, you know that temptation is always there.
Bro, I rubbed one out. I mean, look, man, when you work the overnight, so there's nobody else there.
So you think.
You're starting at midnight. there's almost no one else there. I didn't do it in the studio. I mean, I would go into the bathroom.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But the one guy that got busted, it's specifically because he would not go into the bathroom. He just did it in the studio. And our boss, he said it's so awkward, especially because the only response this guy had was, alrighty, to anything you said, right? And they're like, hey, Nate, man, like, we're all down with porn. We get it. And he would come in with a paper bag full of magazines. So it's not even like he's using a computer. He just came up with his magazines. And
he had that dark plastic black bag.
What else? What else could be? That's the only thing they put in that bag.
Right, or it's either a porn shop or you're at a bad bodega that has bulletproof glass.
Right. And this dude just straight up porn, and he worked the overnights. I got a guy that relieved him at 6 a.m., Frank. Frank, every morning, he's like, man, all I do, I grab the seat he was sitting in, I push it out in the hall, and I grab a different seat. I'm not sitting in that, man, because everyone knows what he does. I said, we all know what he's doing. But, yeah, the boss had to talk to him, and the boss said his response, as uncomfortable as it is, like, hey, dude, you got to stop masturbating at work, right? It's just not cool. His response, honest to God, was, alrighty. Yep, that's it.
Next thing you get arrested for, going on a naked rampage. I can't remember the name of the grocery store / convenience store gas chain in Florida, like Racer X or something like that, but whatever. Yeah. Woman was in there, and she just lost her mind, got naked, started attacking the employees there. The cops get there. She goes after them. She basically just goes on a naked rampage. So naked rampage was your other option as far as you're looking online at the local news. There you are. You went on a naked rampage. Your fourth choice, we had a guy that I believe they said he lived in like a $600,000 home. Mm-hmm. He was going to antique and thrift shops.
Oh, God, this guy, yeah.
And they caught him on camera picking up items from the shop and then inserting those items into his rectum.
And I believe he was one of those dudes that walks around in a kilt. So he had easy access to do it.
And that he would take that item and put it back on the shelf. Now, upon further examination of cameras in said shop and examination of what he was doing, they determined that all those items also had his fecal matter on them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the last choice was to put items in your rectum, and that's why you would be arrested. So we put the poll up if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live, and here are the results from last week's poll. Coming in at fourth place at 5%, should not be a shock to anyone. 5% of you said, yeah, I'll get busted for putting items in my rectum.
I think I'd rather get busted for that than beating up my mom.
All right.
Of the two.
Guess what? It's 7% in third place, beating up your mom.
Yeah, I'm glad those are very low.
They are very low. Now, as far as self-love at work, which I thought would be the clear-cut winner here, it came in second place with 28% of the vote. Overwhelmingly, 60% of you said if you were to be known and arrested for one of these things, you would be on a naked rampage.
All right. I mean, I support the spirit, man. If you're going to get busted being on a rampage, might as well do it naked.
Exactly. It depends on if there's any video released. Oftentimes, when people do go on a naked rampage.
But they pixelate the stuff, right? So, look, if you go on a drunken rampage, they might show your butt crack, but they're not going to show the front.
No, it becomes Japanese pornography.
Exactly.
Any of your bits.
Which is disappointing to everyone.
Going to be pixelated. Okay, so those are results from last week's poll. This week, we turn our attention to a situation that we had last year. Ted, you were on stage with a donation check. Was this Trans-Siberian Orchestra? What were you up on? What was the band?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
TSO. By the way, go see them next year. Awesome show.
And Steve, you said, I dare you to go up on stage and say, I do declare. And Ted, you snuck it in. You got it in there.
Got it in there on stage.
But the whole joke that day was like, look, what if you had to go through life and then
it was a would you rather question.
It was a would you rather. Would you rather go up or would you rather always have to say, I do declare after every sentence that came out of your mouth?
Which we actually found is quite fun when you actually do it. I do declare.
And you're stuck on it for a couple days, right? So today, in honor of that, in that same vein, you are going to have to say one at the end of every sentence, we'll say for a week.
Just 1 week?
I'll say for a week.
Oh, I was going to go for a month.
Because I think, you know what I mean, it's still going to be difficult to do. People around you will be sick of it by that point in time.
Do you think so?
But you'll still enjoy it because it hasn't really worn out yet, right?
I don't know the people would necessarily get sick of it. I mean, really, because we thought that was I do declare. And then every time we said it, it made everyone smile.
It did.
And it's like, man, I just kind of want to keep saying this now.
Okay. And you still can. But now, you have to say something different for 1 week. So the first choice is a little bit old school, but after every sentence, you would have to say, heavens to Betsy. Heavens to Betsy. Not exactly sure where the origins of that term came from.
I feel like
Heavens to Betsy.
I at least heard it in my childhood, and then I feel like it probably died somewhere in the mid-'70s.
It seemed like a woman's expression when things went awry or surprised.
Yeah.
You know, like, did you find out that, did you know your cousin June is pregnant? Heavens to Betsy.
Right.
That was that kind of thing. Number 2, on the thing that you would say at the end of every sentence. Know what I mean? Now, when I think know what I mean, Vern, that's exactly where we're going with this. Right? That's definitely.
I mean, there's only one way to say it.
That's definitely. That's how
I feel like know what I mean also generally involves a creepy dude at the bar.
I would say I'm picturing that I'm at the bar and the person I'm talking to is not someone who I knew before this conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys like us.
Right. You know what I mean. I went to that one part. You know what I mean. You know, it's kind of like that.
I do know what you mean. You're racist.
Right.
I feel like 9 times out of 10, that is what you mean.
It was in that part of town. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Them people. You know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Onion rings are better than tots. Know what I mean? It could be anything.
I mean, that would be fine.
You could say, but every time you say something, you know what I mean? You have to say, you know what I mean? Number 3, courtesy of our own Lee Ted Smith. This was his suggestion to put into the end of every sentence. Sweet googly moogly. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting some. Actually, I am thinking about getting some Thai soup tonight to try to clear up my throat. Sweet googly moogly.
I like it, man.
Sweet googly moogly. At the end of every sentence. Also, when you join the program, we're going to try to make sure that you stay true to these.
Yeah, I mean, you pick the one you've got, and then after that, like, try to give us your best answer, and then please use that after you give your.
Oh, I see. So there's like one of your questions.
Right. So if the answer's like, Mount Rushmore, good googly moogly.
William Shatner, great, sweet googly moogly. All right. So that's.
I mean, today you get to live it. You do. You don't just pick it, man.
No,
you get to live it
because you're talking to us, sweet googly moogly. And 4th on the list of things that you would say at the end of every sentence, you go, girl.
Yeah.
Which I think is the one that I am going to pick for myself.
Right, did you go, girl?
You go, girl.
That's not shocking. That's kind of the weirdest one out of that group.
Well, it's just, I love
Well, it depends who you're talking to.
You go, girl.
Yeah, if you're talking to your buddies.
You
hey,
go,
man,
girl.
I'm going to beat that guy's ass outside.
You go,
girl.
You go, girl. I'll have some chicken wings. You go, girl. Whatever it is, at the end of it, is you go, girl. And to me, it's just, I don't know. It's just,
I like sweet googly moogly. Because I feel like you can kind of say it under your breath, like sweet googly moogly. Mm-hmm. You're letting people know that you find someone to be kind of stupid. Or if you get those chicken wings and they're good, just sweet googly moogly.
I'll take a large Americano with cream and sugar. You go, girl.
Sweet googly moogly works better. It's just a declaration.
How so? Give me an example.
Let's say the single member of this show is in Portland at a strip club. Girl comes out, takes her top. Sweet googly moogly.
Sweet googly moogly.
Well, you go, girl also works in that instance.
But it's not its own sentence. You have to use it after a sentence.
I like your breath.
Yeah,
you go, girl.
I can't just walk up and say, you go, girl.
Look at those.
Look at them. You go, girl. So, your choices again. To say one at the end of every sentence.
Damn, you're athletic. You go, girl.
Mm-hmm. Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy. See, also good at a strip club.
Heavens to Betsy.
Right. It's a compliment.
But you know what? If you said that to someone, like if they, okay, look, we are all guilty of sometimes saying things that we don't realize we're saying out loud.
Yeah.
It's happened to all of us. As far as
you more than most, but all of us, yes.
That initial reaction, when you see someone, you go, good God, man. Yeah. But if you just said, like, heavens to Betsy, I don't think people would be offended. I don't think that they would be offended.
What are you saying it about, though?
Wow.
Right? Because, look, nobody wants to be ugly. But if I were to tell some woman, man, you actually, look, I don't know you. I'm not even hitting on you. You just have the best ass I've ever seen. On some level, there's offense. But if I say, like, you're the best ass I've ever seen, heavens to Betsy.
It breaks the ice.
You think that softens the blow?
I definitely think that breaks the ice.
I then might not mind trying this out then.
I'm not kidding you.
I really like the way that sweater fits you.
Yeah. I mean, even if you just said, hello, heavens to Betsy, I think.
Looks like you're smuggling Christmas ham in those pants. You go, girl.
Heavens to Betsy. That's you go, girl's not going to work there.
Yeah, you go, girl, I feel it goes the opposite way.
Sweet googly moogly, I think, works better.
I like there's no issue with me being like, looks like you're smuggling Christmas hams.
That's not the part.
Sweet googly moogly.
But can you soften the blow after you say that's the thing? You've already said the thing that's borderline offensive. Can you soften the blow with how you end the sentence?
Yeah.
Right? You go, girl, it's going to make it worse. Sweet googly moogly, I'm not sure, but you're right. Heavens to Betsy somehow might be better.
Really brings the room down a little bit. And takes
I think a lot of these work better if you start with it.
Hey, look, you're at the bar beside me.
Good googly moogly.
You're at the bar beside me, and I say, tell me you got a single sister. And you're going to look at me like, oh, God, you creepy mother. You know?
Yeah.
Right? But if I say, tell me you've got a single sister. Heavens to Betsy. Then...
Somehow,
it's your cowboy hat, baby.
It's heavens to Betsy. My, oh my. You know, to me, it's not as harsh as, tell me you have a single sister. You go, girl.
I feel like sweet googly moogly would be bad in that instance.
Why?
Tell me you got a sister. Sweet googly moogly. I mean, it just...
But I'm laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't...
It's like when you meet somebody's new girlfriend, and then 2 years later you go, hey, does she have a sister? They give you that look. You go, she's got a great personality.
Yeah, but you can't say, do you have a single sister? You know what I mean.
Yeah, that's probably the worst one of them.
Exactly. You know what I mean. Know what I mean? Big W is a game if you'd like to be a contestant. 206-803-ROCK.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
What is Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes, I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for...
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
All of them?
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's Atlassian.com/CONFLUENCE.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant ready to play the big game?
His name is Jared. Hello, Jared. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichula.
Hola. Jared, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, Jared, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll, Jared. Say one at the end of every sentence for 1 week. Heavens to Betsy. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly. Or you go, girl.
I think I'm going with you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, you're already doing it. I appreciate it.
This is how we're doing this all day long.
All right, Jared, are you ready for your first question?
Let's do it, you know what I mean?
There you go. Just making sure. That's your first test.
Nice work.
All right, Jared, your question. What is the plastic piece at the end of a shoelace called?
It's shoelace end. You know what I mean?
I should know this because I love the movie Cocktail.
Did they bring it up in the movie?
Yeah, because he's always reading get rich books, and he talks about how that guy invented that.
Yeah.
Is it something let?
Is it like,
yes, it is something let.
Like an itlet?
Aglet.
Aglet.
Aglet. All right, Jared, question number 2 for you. Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, and the late Bernie Mac were collectively known as what? If Mike knows this, I feel like everyone should.
Derrick Henry.
Let's go with the black guys.
The black guys.
You know what I mean?
To be fair, the only reason why I know it is because of Ted. He called him that so many times, and I just slowly picked up like, okay.
Is it Kings of Comedy?
It is the original Kings of Comedy. Yes, indeed.
One of my favorite ghetto stories. Watched it on bootleg on my lunch break as the only white guy on a janitorial staff.
You don't hear that much.
Oh.
All right. What trio recorded the albums Regata de Blanc and Ghost in the Machine?
Ghost in the Machine.
It's not Rush, but the band was a trio. Super popular for a while.
Motley Crue.
Know what I mean?
Mars Volta?
Police.
The Police.
Oh.
Also
Jared,
known
you got to get back to you know what I mean?
as the Popo. All right, Jared, what city is scheduled to host the 2028 Summer Olympics?
That L.A., you know what I mean?
It is.
We do know what you mean.
Very
well
good,
done.
very good.
Well done.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Ben. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores. Ben, sober, not sober.
I mean, maybe slightly stoned.
Not sober, Ben. Okay, Ben. Say one at the end of every sentence for a week. Heavens to Betsy. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly, or you go girl.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. Okay.
I feel like you could put so much emphasis on it in so many different ways. I could use it.
You go, girl. You have to
go,
implement
girl.
this now.
Well, Ben, I mean, you can do the you go, girl, right? You're trying to fire up you go, girl,
Or you go, girl.
I remember Yugo, the car. I always thought they should introduce one called the girl. The Yugo girl. That thing would have cleaned
Remember
up.
the Go Girl was a little attachment you could put on, females could use to like pee outside.
That is right. It's like a little funnel that they place over the good stuff. Yeah.
The good stuff.
The good stuff. Yeah. The thing we're trying to see. Don't pixelate it. All right, your question. What TV family lives at 742 Evergreen Terrace?
The Simpsons. You go, girl.
One and done, Ben. Nice job.
Before we let you go, let's give you
Yes.
a 50-50 question here. True or false? One of America's first spectator sports was professional walking.
False.
True.
What?
Professional walking. That was one of the first spectator sports that was popular here in the good old United States.
Huh. Just go to Green Lake.
Yeah, professional. I don't know what it entails.
You'd be creepy, but, you know.
Half the people there are creepy.
Especially that guy sitting in his car just watching people walk by.
Yeah, man. If
What
you're
are
going to
you-
be
what are you doing
creepy,
in- what are you doing in there?
At least get out of your vehicle and be creepy. Because somehow it's creepier when you're just sitting there watching
The
chicks
row of
run
cars
by.
watching people run by.
God damn it, I did it this morning.
What,
I'll
just
say
sat in the
no
car?
difference.
Yeah, just me and my buddy were having a coffee, walking the lake.
That's different, though. You're and look,
Yeah,
I
you're
know what
exercising.
else you're doing. Obviously, you're watching all the chicks run by. We know that, but at least you're moving and drinking the coffee.
You're not sitting in your car.
Yeah. Sitting in the car, you're like, bro, come on, man. You just need to write a book on how to subtly be creepy. Hello, Colin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Colin, sober, not sober.
Sober.
Colin, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, Colin, for 1 week, you have to end every sentence with Heavens to Betsy. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly, or you go, girl.
I like them all, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
No,
There you
man.
go.
All right, people are on it
Colin's
today.
got it.
All right, Colin, here's your question. In the computing world, the term bit is an abbreviation for what two words?
Oh, jeez.
Bit of information.
I don't know. I'm clueless.
Any guesses? Wait, don't overthink it. It's the computing world.
Bit?
So you're limited to zeros and ones. Binary digit.
Binary digit.
Binary digit.
Did not know that.
That's what I'd call my penis if I swung both ways. All right, your question. What was discovered in Sutter Mill, California in 1849? You know.
Yeah.
You guys are making me feel dumb, you know what I mean?
Well, think about the year.
Yeah, think about the year. Sutter Mill, California, 1849.
There is a professional football team that's named after the people.
40. Gold, know what I mean?
Boom. There you go. Well done. Wait, was that a one and done?
That was two.
No, that was two. My bad. My bad.
Big W is the game. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
My one question was light selection.
We'll get back to Chris.
Yeah, Chris having a different conversation.
Hello, Wes. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola.
Wes, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober. I had a couple beers.
Oh, good for you. What are you drinking?
Right now I'm having Kirin Ichiban.
Oh, well,
Man, I haven't had a Kirin in a hot minute, dude.
That's my go-to sushi beer.
Same for me.
Well, that's what I'm eating tonight, Ted.
There you go.
All right, Wes, let's see. Say one at the end of every sentence for a week. Will it be heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly, or you go girl?
I'm going with you go girl because you convinced me with that dude's going to go fight that guy. You go girl.
That guarantees the fight's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you, punk. I bet you will. You go, girl.
You're right. That means I want to fight.
Right.
All right, your question.
No, you're right. I did call you a bitch. You go, girl.
You go, girl. What bony structure in the human body includes the zygomatic, the ethmoid, and vomer bones? Zygomatic, ethmoid, and vomer bones.
The ear canal?
The hand.
Your skull.
Oh. The ear canal, you go girl.
Yes, that is the proper
You go,
answer.
girl.
There you go.
Mike knew it. He's in the other room. He just kind of kept...
Somehow I knew he would know.
I know, but he kept doing this. I was like, huddle up.
All right, your question. Honshu is the largest island of what country?
Japan?
You go girl.
You go, girl.
You go girl.
You go, girl.
You go girl. Thank you. Big W is the game. 206-803-ROCK. You got to do it.
Hello, Andrea. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Andrea, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober. I just left work sick.
Oh, no, you got it, dude, don't you?
Yeah, I got the crud.
I think half the people I know have it.
Yeah, I slept for 12 hours yesterday. I just got home, sat on the couch. That's pretty much all she wrote.
My thing is, I cannot believe how long it hangs around.
It's not like debilitating. It just sucks, but it won't leave.
You don't sweat it out. Like you don't.
No.
It just lingers.
You just ache and have a stuffy nose.
All right, Andrea, say one at the end of every sentence for a week. Is it going to be heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly, or you go girl?
It's all about the you go girl.
All right, the you go girl.
All right, you got to use it now.
All right, Andrea, your question. What was the name of the prison in the film The Green Mile?
I don't know.
Can you at least end that with you go girl?
I don't know. You go girl.
There you go. Come on, Mike. Because it's a Stephen King story. Who's your guy? They made the movie.
I didn't read this book as part of the problem, but they never said the name of the prison.
You sure they didn't bring up Cold Mountain Penitentiary?
I'm sure they did like once.
All right. Your question, Andrea. Achievemophobia is the fear of what?
Achieving things.
What's that?
Achieving things?
Yeah.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
Golly, we got to drill this into people's heads today.
Yeah, basically success. It's right there in the name. Achievemophobia.
So you're afraid of being successful.
That is correct.
You win an award, you don't feel good.
They don't feel good about, I don't know if it's that they feel like they're a fraud or whatever, because everybody wants to be successful in whatever they're doing, but for whatever reason, they have a fear of accomplishing this thing.
Teachers handing out test scores, they dropped it on A+.
Oh, no.
Just don't study then. Don't do anything.
Oh, no.
Just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys.
Hola. Chris, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, Chris, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, you know the poll. At the end of every sentence for 1 week, will you say, heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly. Or you go girl.
Let's get our first heavens to Betsy in there.
Oh, heavens to Betsy. Nice. I like it. Please remember, each answer comes with heavens to Betsy. Your question, what state is nicknamed the Nutmeg State, the Provision State, the Blue Law State, that's a great one, and the Freestone State?
I don't know, but I'm going to guess Rhode Island, heavens to Betsy.
Thank you for the heavens to Betsy.
Vermont.
That's what Ted guessed. Then he guessed Massachusetts. Everyone's dancing right
Is it
around
New
it.
Hampshire?
It's Connecticut. Connecticut.
They're famous for those blue laws.
Are they actually famous for their blue laws?
Oh, yeah. It's like you can't buy beer after a certain time, certainly not on Sunday, and this and that.
So I'm to guess they did not give themselves that nickname. Like, no one really brags about their blue laws. It's always something annoying to everyone that lives
Also,
there.
Connecticut's one of those weird states where you're either rich or a criminal.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no middle class there. You are either
not really. You're
as
loaded
wealthy as you can be,
You're right.
or you are a criminal.
That's it. That's it. Where's ESPN?
It's Hartford.
Hartford, yeah.
Right. If you make enough money, because Phil and I know somebody that did it, that did very well in life, went from like the east side to the upper west side of Manhattan, had a family, moved to Connecticut.
Correct. Yeah, and they do very, very well for themselves. Little trooper. All right, your question. Who directed the movie Apocalypse Now?
Ooh, was that Kubrick, heavens to Betsy?
Not a bad guess, heavens to Betsy. Francis Ford Coppola. All right,
Not
Chris.
doing very well here.
That's you're only 2 questions deep, man.
On question 3.
Question number 3 for you. What is the name given to people who make arrows?
To make arrows, you said?
Yes.
Fletchers, heavens to Betsy.
How did you know that, Chris?
All right.
Chris?
Oh, I'm a medieval geek.
All right.
Well, that'll
well,
go then.
Well, the fletching is only the part where the feathers are. So I wondered why.
Correct, but they actually make
Call
the
them.
arrows, yes.
They make the whole
So
deal.
I wonder, I have a buddy whose last name is Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if way back in his day, his family made arrows.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, my last name is Hill. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe we just lived on a little bump in the ground or something like that.
I think we were blacksmiths.
Yeah, exactly. I think with Smith, because there's so many different kinds of Smiths. So you actually heard blacksmiths?
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
are a blacksmith.
Yeah, tell people that. He's going to Howard.
Why did you name your kid Jamal?
To simulate you?
Because
Steve, just one of them hill people.
I'm a blacksmith.
I'm a hill. Yeah, that makes me sound like a bumpkin. Oh,
It
you
makes
know
it
them
sound
hill
completely
people.
opposite. I'm a blacksmith.
I'm a hill person. Isn't Montgomery like a mountain or something like that?
Yeah, great question. I have no idea.
Yeah, Mike, you're a bird.
We just found a bird.
Yeah. Mike was hatched. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
Mark, you on team sober or team not sober?
Sober.
Oh, don't sound too disappointed, Mark. Okay, for 1 week, you're going to end every sentence with heavens to Betsy. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly or you go girl.
You know what I mean, Vern?
All right. Now, Mark, you have to implement it during the game.
Well, I'll do my best.
You just failed.
Come on, Mark.
You just failed.
I'll do my best, you know what I mean?
There we go.
Now we're catching on.
All right, here's your question. What was the first console video game that allowed the video game to be saved?
Dang.
PlayStation, you know what I mean?
But the first video game.
Oh.
Yeah, the actual game.
The actual game.
You know what I mean.
Not the console.
You know what I mean.
You know what I mean. Actual game. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's tough, but it'll make sense when you hear it.
Grand Theft Auto? Was it like Banjo and Kazooie or something like that?
The Legend of Zelda.
It was Zelda.
Yeah, so you don't have to
Nintendo.
start from the frickin' beginning again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a long game. That was a good game.
All right, your question. A calorie is a measurement of what? A calorie.
Energy? You know what I mean?
You got it.
Well
Nice job.
done, man.
Nice job.
Well done.
I was close. I thought it was heat.
Yeah, you said heat. I'm like, you're close, man.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Dave. We'll try Dave later. Hello, Richard. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, fellas.
Hola.
Richard, you on team sober or team not sober?
Team not sober for the moment.
For the moment, or what are you planning on sobering up?
I think it's a good idea in general.
Sober. I'm driving, so I'm sober.
You're sober. I'd say you're almost there. All right, Richard, say one at the end of every sentence for a week, and you start now. Heavens to Betsy. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly. Or you go, girl.
I'm going to have to do the third one. Sweet googly moogly.
Sweet googly
Nice.
moogly.
Okay, do it now.
That's my favorite one. All right, Richard, here is your question. All of the clocks in the movie Pulp Fiction are stuck on what time?
4:20. Sweet googly moogly.
Nice
Well
job
done.
all the way around, Richard.
Hang on, before we let you go, let's ask you a 50-50 question here. Let's see here. There we got it. All right. Male or female, which gender of spider smells through its legs? Thank you, VD, for forwarding that information my way.
I'm going to say the male. Sweet googly moogly.
You are correct.
You are the man. More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803 Rock.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Marketers, are you ready to make an impact with audio advertising? People are hungry for authentic connections in a world buzzing all around us. How do you cut through the noise and truly reach your audience? Visit stateofaudio.com to see Odyssey's State of Audio, the Trends Report. Uncover the secrets to high-impact creative. Learn how AI is revolutionizing the industry and get ahead of the curve on measurement and audience trends. Don't just stay in the game, win it. Visit stateofaudio.com and download your free copy.
Escape to paradise with a relaxing 6-night stay in the iconic islands of Tahiti and Moorea. Enjoy an all-inclusive nonstop flight to Tahiti from Seattle or Los Angeles on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. This dream getaway also includes beautiful accommodations, excursions, daily breakfast, all transfers, and more, starting at just $26.95 per person. Call 1-877-468-2448 to book yours today.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Plumbing backs up and things get stinky.
you a bartender that dreads the phrase, hey, can you put the game on? At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, good news. As far as the men's room 20th anniversary lager from Black Raven Brewing, that stuff should be starting to be shipped out now to all locations.
Yes.
So, hopefully, it'll be out there for you on draft as it gets there. Keep in mind, with a lot of the grocery stores and convenience stores, it takes a little time to get those items on the shelf, depending on what they're selling, what they're not selling, the shelf space. But hopefully, you will be able to find the brand new lager from Black Raven. Men's Room celebrating 20 years with our anniversary lager. And if not, we're throwing a party on Friday, February 7th.
The
Black
first of
Raven
many.
Brewing. Yeah, we're launching it off. 2 till 6, we're doing a live broadcast. You will be a part of the live studio audience. As always, it's absolutely free. Of course, they'll have it on draft. They will have it in cans available for you to buy and everything else.
Yes, indeed.
So if you can't buy it, just stop up and see us up at the Black Raven launch party for our 20th anniversary lager.
And I'll tell you the pro move when you go to Black Raven Brewery. This is me anyway, but I've done it every single time I've been there. I will go there. I will get my drafts. We sit down. I enjoy it. When it is time to go home, they also sell 6-packs. Or the case. And they'll do the mix and match case.
Yeah,
I'm not
get
even
a
kidding.
case,
So every single time, it's like, look, I would drink draft for the duration of the time I'm sitting there, but before I leave, the final thing is, hey, man, I'm grabbing a case or the 6 or whatever it's going to be, and it's kind of keep the good times rolling, so to speak. That's one of the things I like most about that place is you can actually purchase the beer on punch.
You can. So that's going to be a Friday afternoon, 2 until 6, in Woodinville at the Black Raven Brewing Facility as we do our launch party for our 20th anniversary lager. It's available now.
And if you're listening, if I get there in time, I will come over and get some French onion soup. Was it the Hollywood? Oh, crap. Like the Hollywood Cafe. Like, he even emailed me
He invites
recently.
you all the time.
Yeah,
I know.
you'd remember.
Oh, yeah, don't look at me.
I know. I'm just trying to. It's like the Hollywood something. Dude's like, hey, man, we still have the French onion soup waiting for you. I love French onion soup.
Yeah, he's the one who's going to get it for free. We're going to end up paying for it if we go.
I will gladly pay, but certainly charge those guys.
It'd be like Germany with the shots, you know what I mean? He's the only Ravens fan in the room.
You were out smoking. So the guy did not believe you when you came back in to say that I'm a Ravens fan as well. He just thought you wanted free, whatever the hell he gave me, schnapps.
Oh, boy. Sorry I missed that.
And the only time he didn't want to drink.
Dude, I cannot explain. Like, I wasn't even hungover. You're still like that negative drunk from the night before. And this German dude barely speaks English. He knows we're there for the football game. Says, who's your favorite team? I say the Ravens. What are the odds of a German guy like that is my favorite team as well? I
think we were talking to him, and he said, then you walked in, and I swear to God, again, town is called Wolfrathausen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they had seen a lot of Americans, and I truly believe he thinks you are a Raven.
Oh, like a player?
Correct.
You're black with tattoos.
He said,
you must play NFL football.
Yeah, well, first he said Ray Lewis is my favorite wide receiver.
I was going to say.
And I went, well, all right, man, you're getting there. The rest of us are in Seahawks gear.
Well, he's wide, you know.
Right, but when you walked in, and I'm not joking, I really think he thought, like, that's a Raven, that's how they must walk around. And then Miles came in his Ravens jersey. He just didn't care.
No, he did not care about you.
Game is Big W 206-803 round. Actually, Ted, that day I had a Geno Smith West Virginia jersey on. So,
were you?
He was probably thrown off.
All right, my bad.
You're going to say you're a Ravens fan, but you're wearing Geno Smith.
Yeah.
All the schnapps I can drink. And guess what? I really could not drink
Then he
schnapps.
brought over those snacks.
And he would not let you guys eat them.
And he specifically said, only Ravens. And somebody just nonchalantly kind of giggled and went to grab one. That dude came back from around the bar and was like, nice.
They weren't joking. They're serious. Real serious about that.
Good times.
Yeah.
Hello, PJ. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going?
Hola.
PJ, are you sober or not sober?
Hey, what was that?
I said, are you sober or not sober there, PJ?
Sober. California sober, at least.
All right, I'm not sure I'm tracking with you on that. Okay.
Not sober. Okay. Say one at the end of every sentence for a week there, PJ. Will it be Heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet Googly Moogly. Or You Go Girl?
Sweet Googly Moogly, that thing is juicy.
Okay. Now, PJ, keep in mind, you need to use that now.
Here's your question. What is the crucial card in the game of hearts?
The King of Hearts, Sweet Googly Moogly.
Is it the Queen of Spades?
It is the Queen of Spades.
That was worth 13 points, right? Or something
I
like that?
don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just do a quick plug real quick?
Sweet Googly Moogly.
Sweet Googly Moogly?
Sure, you can.
So, at the Lincoln Theater on Saturday, Sweet Googly Moogly, Potbelly from Whidbey Island is going to be doing their 30th anniversary show, Sweet Googly Moogly.
Are they? Are they handing out their sandwiches?
No, Potbelly, the rock and roll band, the local rock and roll band.
That's
Sweet
not
Googly
exciting
Moogly.
then.
Now, when you brought it up, we thought of Potbelly, the sandwich shop, who has outstanding sandwiches. Although I will say, the only bad experience I had at Potbelly, and it wasn't even a bad experience, they're always awesome. I went down and I got a chicken salad sandwich with bacon and like cheese or something, whatever.
Man,
I walked
that sounds
back to
delicious. Sweet Googly
it
Moogly.
would be delicious. They forgot to put the chicken salad in.
No way.
I swear to God. So I walked back down, and I'm kind of smiling, and I'm like, because I was like, you remember me, right? It's like, yeah, you were just here. You got the chicken salad sandwich, right? I said, well, I thought I did, and I opened it up, and dude started laughing his ass off. I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I was like, that's the hell of a scam you're running. So then maybe a new one. It was all good, but yeah, I'm just like, man.
Hopefully extra chicken salad.
Yeah.
I wonder what came first, PJ, the band or the sandwich place? Because you said it's the 20th anniversary.
Probably the band, Sweet Googly Moogly, if they've been around for 30 years.
Oh, 30 years.
30. Yeah,
maybe
probably
so.
them. All right.
And I'm gonna be the new singer, Sweet Googly Moogly. The show starts at 8.
Okay.
Sweet Googly Moogly.
If you're really going to be the singer, make sure you got to drop a Sweet Googly Moogly at some point.
Ladies and gentlemen,
are you ready to rock Sweet Googly Moogly?
I definitely will. You know it. I'll do it for you guys. Sweet Googly Moogly.
All right. All right, PJ, here's your question. In Newton's second law of motion, force is equal to mass times what? It's not as complicated as
Say
it
it
sounds.
again.
Force equals mass times what? So think about force. You're going to punch me in the face, right? So we know the mass of your hand. All right.
Resistance, Sweet Googly Moogly.
Velocity?
Velocity.
Close. Acceleration. Yeah.
What's this guy's name?
PJ.
All right, PJ, I got a weird one for you. You're with the band Potbelly.
That's correct. Sweet Googly Moogly.
And you are playing at what theater?
The Lincoln Theater in Mount Vernon, Washington. Sweet Googly Moogly.
Potbelly Sandwich Shop was founded in 1977 in Chicago. And it was Chicago-based. It was started basically in a shop on Lincoln Avenue.
Are you for real?
I swear to God.
It all comes together, man.
But sounds like the Potbelly sandwich is older than the Potbelly band.
But they both have a connection to things called Lincoln.
And PJ, it sounds to me like you weren't the first singer in this. How many incarnations of singers have they had if you just joined the band?
Man, there's been so many different lineups. Sweet Googly Moogly. I know there's been at least 3 singers. Corey Worthless, Jason Potbelly, Sweet Googly Moogly, and there's been a lot of different members.
I like their names.
Okay.
The names alone are awesome. All right. Here's your question. How many letters in the alphabet have more than one syllable? I know you're going through the alphabet.
I want to let... 1, Sweet Googly Moogly.
Yeah, W, right?
Yeah, originally when I asked that question, I was say in 5 seconds. Tell me, because it doesn't matter who you are.
You just got to get through it.
Can you do the alphabet without singing it?
No.
Really?
I can. The alphabet without singing it?
Yeah, you can't sing it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I could go on.
Yeah, okay. Just checking. A lot of people, no matter what, you just start singing. Hello, Albert. Welcome to the men's room.
Hot soup, forks, and fish sandwiches.
Hey.
Albert, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Sober Albert. Albert, are you a man of girth?
I mean, I don't know. I guess.
I mean, are you a fat Albert?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay.
It might just be a plump Albert.
Albert, you have to say one at the end of every sentence, and PJ there gave you an outstanding roadmap. So, is it going to be Heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet Googly Moogly, or You Go Girl?
I'm going to say Sweet Googly Moogly, as in, congratulations for 20 years, Sweet Googly Moogly.
Very good. And thank you. All right, Albert, your question. What city in the United States is nicknamed the Crescent City and the city that care forgot?
Oh, the Crescent City. Can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what U.S. city is nicknamed the Crescent City and the city care forgot?
Oh, my God. New Orleans?
You got it.
Boom. One and
done. Nice job, Albert. Sweet Googly Moogly.
All right, before we let
Sweet
you go,
Googly Moogly, I'm sorry.
to give you a 50-50 question here. Let's see. True or false, pizza was the first food consumed in space?
In space? False.
Okay. I'm going to guess. Let me think here.
All right.
It was pizza rolls.
It was probably in a tube.
Yes. More than likely, yeah. You're tracking the right direction.
Yogurt.
Nope.
Spam.
Spam in a tube.
Can, tube. It's all the same to me, dude.
We don't hate the astronaut. Kids love this. Or at least we give it to them.
Pudding.
Applesauce.
Oh, all right. Makes sense.
Big Dummy!
Kids do love pudding.
They do love pudding.
More than applesauce.
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
How to be on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team Sober.
Okay, Adam, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, for 1 week of your life, Adam, you have to say one at the end of every sentence. Will it be heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet Googly Moogly. Or you go girl?
You go, girl.
You go girl. Okay.
All right, Adam. Here's your question. What planet was Alf from on the TV show Alf?
Jupiter. You go, girl.
Ted, you remember?
I'm racking my brain.
Is it an actual planet?
No.
No, I just keep thinking about Robin Williams.
That was a nice question.
He's from
Melmac. Melmac.
I was going to say Planet Fitness.
But the next question is, what planet was Mork from on the TV show Mork and Mindy?
Jupiter.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
Orc.
Yeah, he's Mork from Mork.
Mork from Mork.
As opposed to Al from Malmac.
It doesn't have the same ring.
Al from Mouth.
I like Planet Fitness. All right, your question. Who recorded the song Everybody Wants to Rule the World?
The original?
I guess. As far as I know. Everybody wants
Wham! You go, girl.
Not too far off.
not
Tears
Wham.
for Fears.
Yes.
You go, girl. Question 4.
Question 4. What is the official score of a forfeited Major League Baseball game?
One to 0. You go, girl.
That's it.
Well done.
I'm not sure if I knew that. That was going to be my guess, but I don't know that I don't know my lifetime that I've seen that before on a professional level.
I mean, Major League Baseball, I find it hard to believe there's a lot of forfeited
But I feel like it's
games.
got to be more like high school. Sometimes the other team just doesn't have 9 players.
Sure.
But you can still play with 8, right? In high
I
school?
think that has to be an official forfeit, and then
If the kids still want to play,
if the kids still want to play,
Then
the
you
way
mix
I've
in-
seen it was we would send a couple of our guys over there.
So they'd play for that team.
So you still get
still
get some
play
work
baseball.
in.
But
Yeah.
well, that's not, yeah, I've seen that a couple times in my kid, like in the basketball thing. Some schools, we have like 6 guys, and just at some point you got to sub out and all that. So like 3 of our guys will go over there, and because the kids still want to play basketball, it just doesn't go to the official round.
All right, so I send a player over from my team, right?
All right.
Okay, they get to play for the other team. They don't have enough players. We're still playing ball.
Yeah.
I'm a pitcher. This guy comes up, he's my teammate, but he's playing for the other team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw at his head. Okay?
Jesus.
Now, hold on. Now, is that team going to be mad that I threw at a player's head who's really my teammate but playing for their team? Are they going to defend him? And are the 2 teams going to fight?
No.
Is he going to fight for the
The
other
2
team?
teams are not going to fight, but I think they'll still defend them.
I don't think they'll care.
I don't either. That's why
It's
I'm
not
throwing
their teammate.
That's why I'm throwing it at his head. So is he going to charge me
He just might charge you.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know if the rest of the
I think the coach might charge you.
Okay. But then...
yeah, no kidding.
Montgomery, what are you doing?
He hits the deck, right? He gets back up. I throw at his head again. Now, the next time, I throw a curveball, and he drops to the dirt, right?
Right.
Just completely embarrass the guy. Is he going to charge the mound?
Yes.
No.
You don't think so?
No. But again, as somebody that coached a little JV high school ball, like if you threw at his head twice, like I would have yanked you out of that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be like,
You'd have pulled
Montgomery, start running polls. Yeah. This game doesn't even count. Why are you hurting us?
Right.
You know we got goddamn St.
He
John's
plays-
next week
plays
on
for-
Thursday.
It's always
the
the
other
St.
team.
John's.
It's always
It's
St. John's.
always the St. John's, man.
And they're always good at baseball.
I don't know. I can't. My kids, there's one school they hate. I don't even know if they hate them, but between basketball, volleyball, soccer, it's like when they see that team on their little Saturday schedule, it gets real. I mean, they go in real intense, man.
When I grew up, right, I went to Catholic school. It was always St. Mark's. But then it was fun because when I got to the math, a lot of the kids that you kind of hated.
Yeah, now they're going to school.
From the other Catholic schools, you were all together.
Was there a St.
Let's go beat the crap out of
There's a ton of St. Francis in West Virginia. Was there any St. Francis?
Oh, there's St. Francis floating around.
There's a St. Francis in Baltimore that's powerhouse football now.
I'm pretty sure if you got a name, there's a Saint somebody for you.
Yeah.
Tired of standing here.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Gary, are you sober or not sober?
I am not sober, my friends.
What are you doing over there, Gary?
The old lager. The lager, my friends. Lager.
Are you drinking the men's room 20th anniversary lager?
I am. Sir.
All right.
Port Orchard.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate that, man. Okay, Gary, our men's room poll. Say one at the end of every sentence for a week. Will it be heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly. Or you go girl.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean.
All right.
That starts now with Big Dummy.
All right, Gary, here is your question. What fast food chain offered a sandwich known as the Big Montana? Big Montana.
Okay, let's just go with Burger King, you know what I mean?
I'll say, I was thinking Carl's Jr. maybe?
That's what I was going to say.
I'm thinking Arby's.
Mike is correct with Arby's.
Arby's.
It's a half pound of roast
You said
beef on a
burger.
sesame seed bun.
Isn't that just like the beef without the cheddar?
With more beef. That's the whole thing.
It's a lot more
That's
beef.
literally the difference. All right. Your question, who played Mary Poppins in the movie Mary Poppins?
Oh, gosh, she's so famous, and I'm having a brain fart.
I feel weird because I saw her
what I mean?
boobs. The actress, she did some other movie. They showed her boobs, and I'm like, man, I just perceive her as Mary Poppins. There's something very dirty about that.
My granddaughter says Mary Jane, you know what I mean?
Is it Julie Andrews?
Julie Andrews.
Ah, there it is.
Who we talking about?
I knew that, too, darn it. You know what I mean?
It's a fun game.
It is.
All right, your question, multiple choice. What was the name of the play that President Lincoln was watching when he was shot? And all of these, believe it or not, were popular in the 1860s because, yes, I Googled it. Was it Bluebeard? Was it The Tycoon? Was it Invisible Prince or American Cousin?
It was my American cousin, you know what I mean?
Wait, time out.
In West Virginia, it was called My American Wife.
I almost made a joke about Tiger Woods in there.
Didn't Abraham Lincoln marry his cousin?
Who married Todd
Wasn't Mary his cousin?
I've never heard that before.
I
He
mean-
could have. The things I've heard about them, that would be the least weird thing, but
Okay.
why'd you think it was?
Well, I just think it's ironic if the name of the play is American Cousin.
Cousins.
And he's married to his cousin who's sitting in the theater with him watching a play called American Cousin.
I don't know.
I mean, I have heard the theory that he was like, I don't want to go.
I had heard that as well, but like any dude, like you want to go to a play. I do not want to go. It's a play. I don't think that's changed since the beginning of time.
No, he did not marry his cousin. However, he was a law partner with Mary Todd Lincoln's favorite cousin.
Oh.
He's also the reason they started the Secret Service.
Absolutely.
Because he almost got assassinated in Baltimore on a train, like a month before that. And he was just, because back in the day, he had the original Pinkerton guy with him, and that guy was just, because back in the day, he had the original Pinkerton guy with him, and that guy was smart enough to be like, something's not right here.
But I thought he actually formed the Secret Service to fight against counterfeiting.
That's what it's, I guess the presidential protection starts after Lincoln.
Think about that.
They're like,
you started the Secret Service because of counterfeiting. You end up getting shot in the freaking head. And they're like, maybe do some presidential detail, too.
More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Wow.
What's up?
I just bought and financed a car through Carvana in minutes.
You? The person who agonized 4 weeks over whether to paint your walls eggshell or off-white bought and financed a car in minutes?
They made it easy. Transparent terms, customizable down and monthly. Didn't even have to do any paperwork.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you checked out that spreadsheet I sent you for our dinner options?
Finance your car with Carvana and experience total control. Financing subject to credit approval.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
Plug-in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All about the hot sauce coming up with Ted's Meat and Potatoes and a head chef at 4:30 right after the game known as Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK.
All right, let's get through this. Hello, Ian. Welcome to the men's room.
Big Dummy! Hola.
Hola.
Ian, are you on team sober or team not sober?
Unfortunately, team sober.
That's all right, Ian. Let's see here. Okay, Ian, men's room poll, which starts now while you're playing. Say one at the end of every sentence. Will it be heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly, or you go girl?
It's got to be you go girl.
You go girl it is.
All right, Ian. Here's your question. What kind... let's see. All right. In India, what meat is substituted for beef at McDonald's?
Oh, let's go with chicken.
Chicken.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
All right, can't be beef because it's India.
Correct.
Lamb? Goat.
Close. Mutton.
Oh, yeah. Is that your
lamb,
next
isn't it?
question?
What's that? No, it is not my next question.
Difference between lamb and mutton?
Well, I believe mutton is sheep. So
Yeah, right. Lamb
adult.
is just an adult.
Right. Yeah.
I always thought they were two different, animals.
This sounds horrible when you say it out loud, but there's no other way to put it. Man, the baby version of things tastes great. And people like veal, I like lamb, and it's like, I understand if I let them go. Eventually, instead of being veal, they call you beef.
Might be one of the most scarce things on any menu in all of Seattle.
What's that? Veal? Yeah.
I do like mutton, though, too.
I don't even know the last time I had mutton. To be honest, I've had it. I just don't remember the last time that I've had it.
It's got nothing on your mutton.
And veal is delicious. You go, girl.
Thank you, Ian. All right.
You know what, Miles? You're right. I've had foie gras in this city. I've not had veal.
Oh, yeah.
You go to the
baby
East Coast,
cow. Now, we'll take the goose liver, sure.
They got a breaded veal sandwich on a sub.
Oh, dude, they don't care.
They got cheese.
Oh, I'm eating veal here.
Yeah. For lunch.
And I put mozzarella on it. That's what I'm thinking.
Provolone.
All right, here's your question. A quinquadragenarian is someone between what ages? A quinquadragenarian.
Quinquadragenarian. Let's go with 60s. You go, girl.
Thank you.
I'll say 40 and 55.
50 to 59. A quinquadragenarian. I am, in fact, a quinquadragenarian. And I brag about that every chance I get. So I'm a vegetarian. Oh, I'm a quinquadragenarian. Sounds cool, you know. All right. Your question. What does DNA stand for? DNA. Like you kind of know what it is. It's just whether or not you can say it right.
It's like something like that.
You're going to hurt yourself.
Know what I mean?
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Of course it is.
I mean, I literally just asked the question, like, I know you know what it is, but can you actually say it? Right?
No.
Yes, we discovered that. All right, your question. What is the name given to the band of rocky debris between Mars and Jupiter?
Band of rocky between Mars and Jupiter. Is that the asteroid belt?
You go, girl.
Oh, wow.
You go, girl.
Well done, man.
Yeah, except for the you go, girl part.
Oh, he got it in.
Did he?
He did, man. Squeeze it up.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 round.
You ready, Ted?
Yeah.
Hello, Bud Light Julie. Welcome to the men's room.
Oh, hello?
Hola. Julie, are you sober or not sober?
So not sober?
Okay. Bud Lights?
No, I'm actually enjoying some Captain and Coke.
Oh, you know what? Do you mean cocaine or just the actual drink, Captain and Coke?
No, the actual drink.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Julie, for 1 week, you'll say this at the end of every sentence. Heavens to Betsy. Yeah. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly, or you go girl, and that starts now as you play Big Dummy.
Oh, it's you go girl. Me and my daughter say that all the time to each other.
Do you actually say it to each other?
We do. We say you go girl. Yeah.
All right. You got to use it now at the end of every sentence.
So, Julie, here's your question. The band UB40's first #1 hit, Red Red Wine, was a cover of whose song?
Oh, no.
Red Red Wine.
Red Red Wine?
Yeah. Red Red Wine.
Yeah, I know that, but there's somebody else that did that?
Yeah. The original version.
Very famous.
Damn.
I guarantee you have heard of this person.
I'm sure I have.
A lot of his records have gone gold, platinum, diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I this is not right, but Marvin Gaye, I don't.
Please give us a You Go Girl.
You go, girl.
You don't follow instructions very well.
It is not Marvin Gaye. It was
Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
Oh, Neil Diamond?
Yeah.
Okay.
Swear to God.
Okay.
All right, Julie, what was the name of the AI in 2001, A Space Odyssey?
Oh, shoot. Oh, no. No, I don't. I can hear the sound.
I wish you knew my name, Julie. It's a very simple question.
Oh. Too many Captain and Cokes today. No, I'm sorry. I can't think of anything.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
It's Hal, right?
Hal 9000. And Julie, I'm not making this up. A text came in and says, Big Hands Kung Fu grip Julie in the house.
No.
That is what it says.
You know you're the one.
Y'all remember my shirt I had. My name is Bud Light Julie.
You go, girl.
No. You go, girl.
There you go. You're getting it now.
All right. What famous singer was born with the name Sherilyn Sarkeesian? Sherilyn Sarkeesian.
Sherilyn?
Yes.
Sherilyn.
Sarkeesian.
Well, is it Cher?
You go, girl.
Woo!
She's never won a national title either.
You go, girl. It was, in fact, Cher.
Sarkeesian.
Hey, what is he, Texas now?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803.
Big Dummy! Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Brian, are you sober or not sober?
I am not sober.
What are you doing over there, Brian?
I got some Ted Juice Miller Lights, and I had you really Candela Wamba Jamba rum before?
I have not. No.
Tree bark stuff, man. A buddy of mine gets it out of Florida. It makes you warm.
I wonder if that's a lot like Mama Joanna.
Mama Joanna?
That is. That's exactly what it is. I'm sorry. That's what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, our men's room poll. Say what at the end of every sentence starting now. Is it going to be Heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet Googly Moogly, or You Go Girl?
I thought I had I do declare, but I'll go with what is it? See what I'm saying, or what is the other one? I'm sorry.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Okay. You got it already.
All right, Brian, here's your question. What was Mr. T's character's name in Rocky 3?
Oh, that would be Clubber Lang. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice job,
Well
Brian.
done.
Nice job.
All right, hang on. Before we let you go, let's give you a true or false question. True or false? Ears of corn have an even number of rows.
I would say true. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Very
correct.
good.
No matter the size.
On average, an ear has 16 rows of kernels.
Okay.
Somebody took the time to count that. Hello, Scotty. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Scotty, are you sober or not sober?
Unfortunately, not sober.
Unfortunately, not sober. So you accidentally got drunk. All right, Scotty. Say what at the end of every sentence for a week. Will it be Heavens to Betsy? Know what I mean? Sweet Googly Moogly, or You Go Girl?
You go, girl.
Starting now. You go, girl.
All right, here is your question. A capon is a castrated what? It is a type of bird. A capon.
I don't know the answer, so I'm going to guess blue jay.
A castrated blue jay.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
I'm going to say it's a rooster.
It is, in fact, a rooster.
All right.
Why would you castrate a blue jay? I mean, you're just being mean at that point. Like a rooster,
they're big, nasty
I
birds.
understand, but a blue jay, like, I'm going to castrate that blue jay.
Man, those things are vicious.
What, blue jays?
Blue jays? I just remember on the East Coast they would attack crows. They gave zero, you know what.
Really?
Oh, my God, yeah.
We had a lot of them in upstate New York, hence Toronto Blue Jays are close. Never a problem.
And the ones here have more black in them than white.
Yeah.
And they're bigger, and I think they're meaner.
They're stellars.
They might be.
Yeah.
Is it still a blue jay if it's not all blue?
Well, it's got a lot of blue in it, but instead of having the white feathers, it has black. So it looks like a combo between a blue jay and a crow.
Huh.
Yeah, they're big.
All right, here's your question. What was the nickname for the mechanical shark used in the movie Jaws? Which would have been a great name for the movie Deep Throat, but I guess it was too late.
Referenced in Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
Great white shark?
Oh.
That was your guess?
Yes.
Gotta end it with You Go, girl.
That was the name of the shark in Finding Nemo?
Bruce. Yeah.
Nemo.
Bruce. That's why they named him Bruce. Kind of a callback to Jaws. And actually named the shark in the movie Jaws Bruce because there was a lawyer they were dealing with that they did not like. So kind of behind the scenes, they called him Bruce, like it's just this man-eating horrible nemesis, yeah. All right, your question, what farm animal always sleeps standing up?
I would have to guess a horse.
You go, dude.
That is a horse. I thought it was going to be a cow.
But that's not right. That's not true.
What?
I saw a horse sleeping a week ago on his
dead.
side.
It was dead, Ted.
That was a
really?
nap.
Was it on its side?
That was a nap.
Because the thing I read, it said, all right, horses sleep standing up, and they said just based on like the anatomy or structure of their legs.
What I read is they have to be super like calm and comfortable in the environment they live on. So like,
you mean for them to lay down to sleep?
Correct.
Why aren't we asking Mike about this?
Because I didn't grow up on a farm, man.
But you grew up around horses.
In Enumclaw, right.
Yeah, but you've seen more horses in your lifetime than any of us combined.
Okay, I didn't take equestrian classes.
Well, I mean, I just figured, you're driving down the road.
I saw them laying down all the time.
Okay.
They were all dead, Mike.
I'm just telling you, like literally driving up to Taryn's house in Stanwood, there's a certain corner and some farm roads, and this one place has a bunch of horses.
All right.
People I were with in the car were very excited, and is that horse dead? And I said, no. And I saw its ear twitch, and then when I got to their house...
But he's dying.
Yeah. Right, I was like, I thought they slept standing up. And it's like, no, if they get comfortable enough, they will lay down. How the horse gets on its side or gets up, no idea.
Texters are coming in. It's not a Blue Jay here. It is called a Stellar Jay.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now.
Stellar Jay.
No bluebirds in Washington, Stellar Jays. And it says a lot of horses sleep on their sides. They had, especially in Ireland for some reason. I guess they're just chill there.
Yeah, and it indicates the horse is in deep sleep stage, most likely REM state sleep.
Huh.
That's sleep. I mean, that horse is getting Z.
What do you think horses dream about, Ted?
Apples. Hey.
Okay.
Apples. That's the number one. Number one dream of horses. Apples.
Breaking free.
Yeah, like,
running on the beach.
Not to be like the Lone Ranger's, horse. Or
Well, I read something. It almost made me feel bad to talk about like when your dog's asleep. What do you think your dog's dreaming?
Squirrels.
And they're like, sure, they're squirrels and all that thing, but because you are so integral to their life, a lot of, like, if they're having a nightmare, like they disappointed you in their dream, right? And and you have no way of knowing, but like you're freaking out on them about whatever in their dream. And it's like, no, man, it's not like that. So half the time my dog's asleep and she's twitching, I always like to think it's squirrels, and I'm like, I hope I'm not like beating her in her dream or start lighting her on fire. Because
what if she wakes up and calls you Linda?
That's a good one. Linda wouldn't be mad about that. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Justin, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, sir.
All right, Justin, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room polls say one at the end of every sentence. Starting now, Justin. Heavens to Betsy. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly. Or you go girl.
So I occasionally have a slight stutter because I was trying to figure out which one was going to like sound the best or funnier. So sweet googly moogly.
All right, googly moogly. All right, Justin, here is your question. Which U.S. state was named after the King of France?
The king of what? Sweet googly moogly?
France.
Alabama, sweet googly moogly.
Ah, the great King Alabama.
Georgia?
Nope, not a bad guess.
Virginia?
Nope.
King of France.
It'll make sense when you hear the name. Louisiana.
Ah. Jesus, yep. That's obvious.
Yeah. It's obvious once you hear it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I knew it was one of those southern states, sweet googly moogly.
All right, multiple choice question for you. Beets, turnips, peas, or parsnips? What is the oldest known vegetable? Beets, turnips, peas, or parsnips?
Parsnips, sweet googly moogly.
I'll say beets.
Nope. Peas, believe it or not. I'm just like, and really,
all those are just in that category.
Well, that's why I picked all the others being like root vegetables, because to me they'd be the first. If you had to eat beets, turnips, peas, or parsnips, what are you eating first?
Peas.
Peas.
Simple.
I might go parsnips because they have the least amount of taste.
Mm-hmm. Do you know the difference between
parsnip puree is pretty good, but I'd probably go with turnips. I'd try to.
Ew, really, man?
Yeah. Sweet googly moogly.
I feel like turnips are something you only add to stew because you don't know what the hell else to do with turnips. All right. Your question, how many minutes does it take to complete a 12-round boxing match?
12, sweet googly moogly.
What was that?
12, sweet googly moogly.
48. Hang on, I can't add, or I can't multiply. 12 times 3.
Oh, 36.
36. So 36.
And they have a minute between each round.
Oh.
Damn it.
Except the final round, so 47 minutes.
The old technicality.
TKO.
Your question, what is the capital of Iran? It almost wrong. What was that?
Baghdad, speak googly moogly.
That's the capital of Iraq.
Is that Tehran?
Tehran, Iran.
Second. Speak googly moogly.
All right, your question. What is the more common name for sound navigation and ranging?
The Navy and the Air Force love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
sound.
Sonar, speak googly moogly.
Yes, indeed.
There you go, Justin. Have time for one more.
One more.
One more.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Mike, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
You don't sound like it. All right, Mike. For 1 week, you're going to have to say the one at the end of every sentence, starting now. Heavens to Betsy. Know what I mean? Sweet googly moogly. Or you go girl.
All right. Let's do know what I mean, but can I do know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Yep.
New Zealand, the famous South American country. It is, in fact, Chile. Although I like New Zealand. All right, your question. What state is the source of both the Rio Grande and the Arkansas rivers?
Texas, know what I'm saying?
Let me think here for a minute. Could that be Montana?
Nope. Colorado.
Colorado just pumps out rivers.
That's what we do.
Right? California
It'd be
steals
weird to
all
see
that.
a sign in Colorado that says this is the beginning of the Arkansas River or whatever.
I love that it starts at Colorado. No, like, yeah, we'll give it.
Why wouldn't you just say it's the Colorado River?
Because there already is the Colorado River.
Well, I guess the Mississippi River runs a long way before it gets to Mississippi.
That's a good point. It start like as far north as you can get. Right?
Minnesota, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's called the Mississippi.
Should be the Minnesota River.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Louisiana River.
But there might already be a Minnesota River. That's the problem. I feel like whichever one you name first, like, so they named the Colorado River, then you find another river, and you're like, damn it, this would have been cooler than that one. Although, if you do carve out the Grand Canyon, I'm sticking with Colorado.
Well, okay, should the Columbia River then be the Washington River?
Yeah, we can take ownership.
I mean, seriously. F Oregon.
F you. It's the Washington River now. Right. All right, your question.
It's ours.
What is the first month comprised of 30 days?
February. No. April.
You got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice job. Head Chef coming up. We're going to talk a little hot sauce with Ted's Meat and Potatoes on the way at 4:30. And we get your emails coming up next from the men's room at KISW.com.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Do you know about the true crimes that inspired a Bruce Springsteen album? Or the murders AC/DC was blamed for? How about Taylor Swift's Violent Stalkers? Or the suspicious deaths of Brittany Murphy and River Phoenix? These stories and more are told in the Disgraceland podcast, hosted by me, Jake Brennan, every Tuesday, where I dive deep into subjects from the dark side of music history and entertainment. So follow and listen to Disgraceland on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Escape to paradise with a relaxing 6-night stay in the iconic islands of Tahiti and Moorea. Enjoy an all-inclusive nonstop flight to Tahiti from Seattle or Los Angeles on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. This dream getaway also includes beautiful accommodations, excursions, daily breakfast, all transfers, and more, starting at just $26.95 per person. Call 1-877-468-2448 to book yours today.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. When that pipe starts to trickle and you're in a real pickle, call Pinky. When that burst pipe starts to smell ripe, call Pinky. When your water heater's shot and it won't get hot, call Pinky. When you get home to a flood, call your best bud. Pinky's Plumbing to the rescue. No job is too big or too small. Pinky's does it all. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider, satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today. The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Heat it up with a little hot sauce coming up with the head chef. And Ted's meat and potatoes at 4:30. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Jump right into the birthdays, guys. You are the best show on the radio. Thanks for the laughs, especially while driving home in traffic. Can I get a birthday shout out to my friend Lauren? It is his 34th trip around the sun, and he listens to you guys every day. So can I get a your penis is too small, some turtle sex, a bong rip, and the dirty Germans talking about becoming more refined as you get older? Here from Olympia. Thanks in advance. That from Chloe.
Yeah, the beauty of being refined is that you know what you want in the bedroom. So I only have 3 requests, but none of them I can say here for legal purposes.
Yeah, see, that's the part about being refined. It said now, instead of shotgun needs to be up before sex, you have a glass of vino.
Good afternoon, you beautiful bastards. Today is the beginning of my 43rd year on this planet. By the time this gets read on air, I'll be sipping on a birthday whiskey and listening on the Odyssey app. So, can I get the dirty Germans talking about birthday surprises and a cheers from all of you? Congratulations on 20 years behind the mic. Now do another 20. Thanks, guys. That from Ezra.
Yeah, I remember my best birthday surprise. I went to a foreign country, hired a lady of the night, and when she lifted her skirt, she had a penis.
Yeah, I was there. See, amazing. There's too many of them in the room at the time. But that's the top half. It was lovely.
Yeah, beautiful breast.
So, same thing happened to us in Brazil.
Yeah, I remember that one, but that time I knew.
Guys, today starts my 50th around the sun. May I please have the dirty Germans talking about what I'm going to do with the Japanese A5 Wagyu steak I bought for dinner and a few shotgun gets. Thanks, guys. That from Kevin.
Yeah, I do not know why you got all of this Japanese Wagyu, A blah, blah, blah. She has a name, you know.
Yeah, seems hard to ask us about cooking's meat. So now I'm afraid what you are actually going to do to this steak.
Get. Guys, liquor and whores.
You know, also, instead of dry aging, maybe a dry hump it.
Yeah.
Requesting a shout out for our T-Bone. For myself this year, as my wife Shannon, is not around anymore after a very tragic accident a couple weeks ago. Anyway, my 53 years on our blue ball in the Milky Way was bestowed upon her this year. So, as your irreverent humor has made us all belly roll for years, I definitely need some laughs. So, how about Mike's choice of sound effects, the coach's advice on what I should do now, any tale from the captain, and, of course, some jokes from Miles. Listen every day and appreciate it. Thank you for the good times over the years. That from Daniel.
Jeez Louise.
That's fun.
All right, Daniel. Coach going to tell you straight, right? Been a long 2 years for Coach himself, right? Lost some loved ones. Here's the deal, man. Grief's a son of a bitch. Now, the first part's going to suck, and you got to feel it. It'll come back again. I hate to tell you. Some days you won't even know why, and you'll start thinking about it. But with that said, I'm glad you emailed in and asked advice. A few months from now, you know what? Let's get back out there, all right? I know it's been odd. It's been awkward. Women, they're not going to mind your story, right? It's tragic. It's horrible. Get back out there, meet some ladies, say hello, and it doesn't mean you're doing anything bad. That grief is still there. You loved her for that many years.
Captain over there for us, Mike.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Ooh, Well, ahoy there, and Happy New Year, everybody. Wild escapades. We didn't really do anything wild. I mean, I do remember at the request of Count Chocula, us mascots went naked skydiving over Guatemala. We landed in a field of sugarcane. Turns out it was owned by a drug dealer named The Knuckle. And if you met him, you'd understand. But we became fast friends, and I started transporting his contraband on the old SS Guppy. And that helped us finance our breakfast cereal empire. By the way, the sugar on Frosted Flakes is actually cocaine. And I only bring it up because the FDA just found out, so you might be hearing a little something about Tony the Tiger and his absence. Crunch berries.
I'm just happy the cocaine I can deal with.
All the little kids can, too. It sells like hotcakes.
All right, Daniel, here's some dad jokes. Guys, why don't cannibals cook instant noodles? Why don't cannibals cook instant noodles?
Cannibals?
Yes, cannibals.
I don't know.
They prefer ramen.
Okay. All right. I thought I could say manwich, but you know.
What did Ernie say when Bert asked him if he wanted some ice cream?
Yes?
Sure, Bert.
Okay.
That's actually a nice clean one.
Ted, one for you. I once met 50 Cent and gave him a handmade sweater.
Okay.
He said, gee, you knit?
Nice.
All right. Shout out to Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo.
And what did Buddha say to the hot dog vendor? What did Buddha say to the hot dog vendor?
I don't know.
Make me one with everything.
Buddha jokes.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meats and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the Men's Room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef is in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. He said, not just up here in the Northwest, it has been cold everywhere. It's kind of shocking the amount of snow in Florida.
New Orleans, they got 10 inches.
Louisiana, I mean, it is
They
unreal.
had to, in New Orleans, and this is smart of them, they had to reach out to Indiana to borrow 14 plows. And they have a few more on the way. Keep in mind, it's 10 inches of snow. So I'm watching this on the news. Their plows, it's just like your buddy with the four-wheel drive pickup truck with the scoop up front. So not even like the big giant plows. And I'm like, guys, you have 10 inches of snow. I ain't going to help much, but no. They're doing what they can.
I mean, you know what's funny? I have not looked at the weather. It seems like in theory, I mean, they're so far south. Like, it doesn't snow down there. So it should
just
get warm
not.
and melt soon.
Yep. And it's weird because you're looking at these images and it's palm trees covered in snow. That's just not something you see much. No.
I mean, like, look, like we grew up in Maryland. So Ocean City would get some snow. It's not that odd to see. But beaches in Florida with snow on it is unreal. And it's so cold in Maryland, I saw part of the bay was freezing up. That's salt water.
Damn. Okay. My uncle's place in Florida had snow falling all day yesterday.
When is he going to move?
I mean, you can only move so far south.
I'm just saying, within, a 4-month period, he said 2 hurricanes and a snowstorm.
Right.
That place is cursed.
It's a bullseye.
But anyhow, it's been cold out there. Everybody's bundling up. So sometimes you like to warm yourself up. And maybe it's a little nip of whiskey. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's some hot sauce. Probably a better way to go. So we just got some good hot sauce facts for you and which hot sauce every state likes. The top of the show, we start talking a little bit about hot sauce. What's everybody in here? What's your favorite hot sauce? Your go-to.
My go-to would be Frank's. Right? It's not extravagant. It's not this, but to me, it's like every once in a while you just eat a saltine cracker and you're like, I forgot how good these are. Or a plain Lay's potato chip and you're like, I forgot how good this is. So to me, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there and I like them all, but Frank's is, I think that's standard.
I'm going Tapatio.
All right. Tabasco. So, Miles, I'm glad you said Tapatio because that's one of my weird ones. I always keep Tapatio, but that is purely for eggs.
Okay.
Eggs and Mexican, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't use it on anything else.
I use a Cholula. The little wooden cap.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, Cholula.
For my eggs.
Cholula, honestly, I put up there with Frank's. It's kind of an easy, kind of more vinegary, not nearly as spicy, that you can use a decent amount, especially for somebody like me that just can't take too much spice.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
And also, I like the vinegar taste more than the spice taste, as a general thing.
Correct. And hot sauces get insane, man. Some of the Scoville units and this and that. But Frank's obviously dominates a lot of the country, right?
Yeah.
So Frank's is just dominating in the Northeast, most of the Midwest, here in the state of Washington. And basically, I don't know, Frank's is just the king.
Plus, I think it makes the best buffalo sauce if you're making it at home.
Right, and I believe that was the technical first buffalo sauce was Frank's that she mixed with butter in Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
So that is kind of the original sauce there. Miles, what kind of hot sauce are you shooting there, fella?
I just found what was in the fridge. This is Stupid Dave's. Uncomfortably dumb habanero. That's what that is. Hot sauce.
Is it super hot?
Yes, it's very super hot. No, I mean, Is
it clearing you up? Like both of us, and look, neither of these will probably be on your list, Ted, but we saw them in the fridge. Both of us are stuffed up. So I'm like, man, we should just do this to clear out the nasal.
So Frank's was number one in 28 different states. Then Berman's hot sauce.
Never heard of that.
Right, because I don't think we have Aldi. We don't have Aldi's out here. No. Aldi's.
Not
ALDI's.
I think it's coming, but not here yet.
So they said that Berman's is basically a Frank's knockoff.
Okay. All right.
Which is kind of crazy. You ever seen that Louisiana brand hot sauce?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, not Tabasco, but Louisiana brand. Yeah. Which I have never tried that one. I would have to think is pretty close to Tabasco. That ranks tops in 5 states: Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, and yes, Louisiana.
I would say, tell me Louisiana is on that list.
Miles, you brought up Cholula earlier. I do like that. They have a couple good flavors too. That's number one in 4 states: Utah, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana.
You go some brown version of it. Not even brown. It's like smoked something.
Yeah, they do have like and they have.
I know I have it at home.
I want to say they have a chili lime as well.
I don't know if it's Cholula, but I know we have a chili lime hot sauce again in my pantry of hot sauces.
I will also tell you this. Wow. Make sure you look at that, because if hot sauce sits out too long, it can turn brown.
Oh, no, this one we bought a brown.
All right.
Yeah.
Heads up, dude.
A lot of these hot sauces also make a verde, which is very good.
Yeah.
It is, but verde, as Mike and I were talking about a few weeks ago, is not...
It's not hot sauce.
But verde, when you see green, you automatically think of verde sauce, which generally is milder.
Yeah.
But not all green hot sauces or sauces.
Mild.
Some of them are the hotter ones. As I found out in Austin the hard way, is I just dumped it on my breakfast taco and was like, oh, my God.
I discovered it back. We used to have the Indian buffet place in the building next door. And for whatever reason, I just equated it, like you said, they have the red sauce. That must be flaming hot. And then they have the green sauce. And I love Indian food. So I scooped an S-ton of the green stuff in there, and it about took me out, man.
Correct.
Just because it's green does not mean it's tomatillos.
Right. And it sucks sometimes, too, man, when you put too much hot sauce or something on something, and
you can't get it off.
And it's like, this is good, but this is way too hot.
It hurts.
This one's kind of ironic, and I did not know this till today. Texas Pete.
All right.
Old TP, Texas Pete, as they call him. He is number one in 3 states: Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Not Texas.
Despite the name, it's actually been made in North Carolina since 1929.
I wonder if it's the style then, right? If you say Carolina hot sauce, you probably lean to more vinegar.
I was going to say.
If you say Texas style, it's going to be the thicker stuff. That's just my guess. I have no idea.
It's funny. 2 brands that didn't finish first in any state still made the top 5. These are the most Instacarted hot sauces were Hoi Fong. Never heard of it. And then Taco Bell's hot sauce line.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I believe that.
You know what? I'm with you. I say that, but my favorite, and Taco Bell,
it's very unique.
That's the thing. Nothing else tastes like it.
So, right. And I love their sauce. Also, Taco Bell is one of the few places where I use hot sauce, not just the mild.
Yeah.
But remember, Taco Bell, right? The guy's last name was, I think, Bell. Basically, the whole point of Taco Bell was supposed to be tacos for white people and not a burger. So that's why their sauces are a lot more mild and you get shredded lettuce and cheese on there.
Okay, all right.
It was during the time when burgers were really taking off, and he's like, how can I get in on the action?
Right, and you're not going to compete with the burger world.
Correct. Which state do you think percentage by ounces purchases the most hot sauce and chili sauce?
Louisiana. I'll say New York.
Or like South Carolina.
You guys are thinking in the wrong area.
New Mexico.
Boom.
Good.
Is that right?
Montgomery's on it. It is New Mexico.
Actually, once you said that makes so much sense.
Man.
Is that hot sauce good, or are you guys just trying to clear out your sciences?
That is really good. That is the hot sauce.
This is the Shine Down hot sauce.
That's right.
Yeah.
That Barry, the drummer, sent us. By the way, the Odyssey World premiere of Shinedown coming up at 9 o'clock tonight with the lovely Jolene. That was a great cross-promotion there. But barely.
Ooh, that's good, man.
That is really good.
It is kind of funny. When you break down the hot sauces by Instacart, almost all the states buy about the same amount.
I can believe
New
that.
Mexico just buys a little more.
But they do make everything, I won't even say hot, but spicy. That's where my parents live, and we visited them. And any restaurant you go to, you have your choice of 1 million different hot sauces, and they're kind enough to leave them all on the table.
Yeah.
As my dad said, in the places where they don't do that, they read it to you like a beer list, like you know. And he's like, but it's 30 of them deep. He's like, dude, I don't know, the seventh one, you know? So you try to find places where they're all just on the table, and you can try.
Are your ears tingling?
No.
Okay.
But I think you've had more than me.
There's a really, I can't remember the name of it. There's a really good authentic Mexican joint down in Burien that I'll go to sometimes. Same thing. They have it looks like it used to be a fast food restaurant.
Told me about that place. You said because you walked in and everyone there was Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the nightclub.
Oh.
But this place is a restaurant. It's very good. But they have a massive salsa bar and like any kind of peppered or pickled vegetable you could want.
Okay.
It is awesome. All right. Anybody in here like Velveeta?
I do not.
I mean, depending if it's on cheesesteak, if it's done right, and macaroni and cheese, you can never go wrong with Velveeta shells and cheese.
I'm with you. I think shells and cheese, superior product. I will say Velveeta in 2 weeks is having its biggest day of the year, which is Super Bowl, as people make a lot of dips out of it. You ever thought about just keeping it on you?
No.
Just a hunk of Velveeta. Well, Velveeta just announced a new product called Vel to Go, which are single-serve packets of Velveeta cheese. Technically, it's a cheese product, folks.
It makes sense. If you look into a box of mac and cheese from Velveeta, there's a pouch in there of the cheese already done, so they're probably just putting it in more like condiment-size containers instead of the big one.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Their whole thing is, they're saying they came up with the idea because 1 in 4 millennials and Gen Zers bring their own condiments whenever possible, which I agree with, right? Like, I was at a nice seafood joint this past Friday and brought my little Old Bay with me.
Yeah.
And they said there's the lack of convenient cheese condiments. And I mean, again, like I get carrying a hot sauce with you, some kind of seasoning you like, but I never thought, like, this needs cheese.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I don't know that would cross my mind. But who knows? I haven't had a Velveeta or Vel on the go.
Yeah, you go to a stadium, you get nachos and cheese, it's more than likely going to be Velveeta.
It is.
Yeah, and when you get it tonight, since the Kraken are playing the Capitals, I recommend throwing that out in front of the goalie.
Yeah, right, the nachos. Also, Velveeta, I think they still do. They used to make slices.
I don't know if they still do.
I don't know, but when I was a kid, that was a big deal. Like, granted, none of it's real cheese, right? It was an argument between processed American cheese or a slice of Velveeta on a grilled cheese.
I mean, flip a coin at that point.
Correct. And Velveeta, to me, is always kind of wild, too, because it almost oozes out like it's warmed up in a sandwich, but it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'll start messing around. I'll call it Ted's White Trash Kitchen.
There you go. Dude.
Fried Spam and Velveeta.
It would be good. If that's the name of it, you go like, look, dude, if that's how they advertise it, you know it's going to be good. By the way, Ted, everyone who does not work on this show knows that the Hoi Fung, it's sriracha. Like 8 million texts came in. We didn't know.
That, honest to God, I don't mind it. It's not in my house. It's just that's not the sauce that I prefer. If I'm going to go hot sauce, it's not that there's anything wrong with it.
And it's funny, I don't mind some sriracha flavored things if you mix it with honey, but I generally, and I've tried it 1,000 times, I just don't like the flavor.
And Ted, is the place you're talking about in Burien, is it called Alberto's? They said, does the building look like an old Taco Bell?
Yeah, all right, that's it. It looks like an
that's
old
the place.
fast food joint.
Yeah.
Great carne asada. I didn't have to say it that way.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. Shot of the Day's coming to a 5:08. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants. being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
What is Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes, I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for...
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
All of them?
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL Limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up at 5:08, we will drink and toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. Well, first, quick check-in with Mike Hogg concerning the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. A team at Penn State developed an electric tongue that can detect food fraud, spoilage, and contamination within minutes.
You say food fraud?
Yeah, fake foods.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be used for.
Sure. It's just, I bet there's other ways to sell more.
Yeah, as soon as you said electric tongue, I think our minds all went to the same place. Like, oh, that too. Okay.
Yeah. That's for food safety.
Making sure there's nothing spoiled right under here.
You should see a doctor.
What if it's like it is spoiled?
I knew it. This is rotten.
I'm gonna hang down here for a minute, but I'm letting you know I shouldn't.
Barnacle found. There's a scientific explanation as to why intense workouts kill your appetite.
Oh, they make me hungrier.
Then you're not intense enough, Miles.
I know, apparently not.
So
come on, man.
What they were saying, the difference between light workouts and intense workouts is that, what was it? It releases some sort of a hormone that is an appetite suppressant.
Huh, okay.
So when you work hard enough, all of a sudden you're not hungry.
I don't know, man. I'm with Miles on this one. Either the hardest gym workout I've ever had or any sport that was horrible. Like, I feel like I was starving.
I need a sandwich. I got to eat a lot more than I normally do.
Oh, God. And then you justify it. Like, man, I worked out. I need some calories to burn.
I will say, freshman year at my high school, I remember the first, 2 a day or whatever for freshman football.
Yeah.
It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And I remember I came home and we got like a rotisserie chicken.
All right.
And it was like a blur. And my mom was like, "You ate the whole chicken?" Sorry, Mom. I'm pretty sure I went to sleep and woke up with Charlie horses throughout the night.
Oh, no. Those are the worst, dude.
Damn. Yeah. But I'm with Wild. Even when you have a good heavy lifted session, it's like, let's go get some protein.
Yeah. A new alarming study says adults with ADHD die 7 to 9 years earlier than others.
What are you talking about?
Doggone it. It's because I got 9 projects going at once.
That's right. Just going to have a heart attack over there. Miles, what day is it, man?
Well, today is January the 23rd.
You're right. It's Women's Healthy Weight Day.
Okay.
Women's Healthy Weight Day.
Yeah. Anybody want to comment on what a healthy weight for a woman is?
No.
Didn't think so because it's a territory that you don't go into. In fact, there's a lot of them.
The Men's Room Top 10. I just know it's not accurate on the driver's
10
license.
things you should never say to a woman. How about the classic overreaction? 25 or so years ago, I was having a casual but candid conversation with a female friend of mine. We were both annoyed with the warning labels that Tipper Gore, wife of Vice President Al Gore, slapped on music because she was offended. I offered my very subjective opinion and said, "Why are we listening to this fat cow?" You'd be amazed at the lightning-fast reflexes of some people. It was a mere nanosecond when I felt the sharp crack of the slap as it painted my face red. Good God. Calm down, will ya?
Our boy VD can embellish stories from time to time. However, he swears on the good book. That is 100% true.
Oh, I believe him. I do too.
Okay, so these are things that you never say to a woman. Let's see if anybody's gone into this territory. This one's a little bit self-deprecating, but you knew I was like this.
I mean, I think Castle has the much better way of framing it. I thought one of his best quotes was, "You knew where the train was going when you bought the ticket."
That's right. That's right.
I think I've had that said to me by women.
Yeah, my wife says it to me all the time.
Yeah.
You knew I was like,
right. I told you could just leave.
Can I?
That's when my favorite was still like, you couldn't make a dumb blonde joke. Then she was blonde and be like, "Well, you got to cut me slack. I'm blonde." I'm like,
that's not a scientific thing.
No.
Well, it also, it doesn't, well, then I can make a dumb blonde joke.
Dummy.
Yeah, you know what? Fair call.
Yeah.
I'm not going to puff
I don't know what I'm still upset about.
I'm not going to puff my chest too tough on that.
Yeah,
one.
you're right. I got to calm down.
Yeah, that's right. So,
does she.
say your lady is doing something, and all of a sudden, you know, she's having some difficulty doing it. Well, you offer her this advice. You should ask my mom how to do it.
I would never say that.
No.
My God, I'd never say that.
Oh, the worst is you're just like your mom.
I wouldn't say your cooking's bad, but it's not as good as my mom's.
Still doesn't bring me home like that used to.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel good, sad.
I wouldn't say your cooking's
I'm
bad
full.
out loud.
What?
I wouldn't say your cooking's bad out loud.
Out loud, that's right.
I mean, it is awkward sometimes, and this isn't women, but somebody's like really like, give me your honest opinion. It's like,
okay,
all right, you know what? Your ribs are tough.
Right.
I know. Like I shot that.
And not the food.
You said you liked my ribs, Ted.
I wasn't you, Mike.
But you didn't ask me to be honest.
Mike, you don't need to know if I liked your ribs. I'm pretty sure I ate a whole rack of them by myself at Super Bowl last year. What happened to the ribs? I'm like licking the bone, like, damn it.
You ate the whole chicken and the whole thing of ribs.
Kind of like a whole animal.
They were damn good ribs.
They were delicious.
Things to never say to a woman. You're very smart. You're very well spoken for a woman.
Oh, Jesus. If you add 4A after anything, it's not good.
Exactly. That's just a backhanded comment, period.
So as you are well spoken. Because that implies that I think that you're an idiot.
Right. I am stunned that you are articulate.
I disagree with that one. No, you're okay.
Well spoken.
Maybe on the surface that you're right.
I would say something like, "You got a great point," or "You're absolutely correct," or I would never say, "You're very well spoken."
Yeah. I think that's fine, but when you follow up with 4, doesn't matter. Like woman, race,
man,
like
whatever.
Just,
yeah.
If you add 4A, it's like, okay.
Right. If you just said, "Man, you're really well spoken," sometimes you just don't expect it, right? Maybe it's a giant football player, and you're just like, Damn.
I didn't see that. He's probably heard it a million times.
Yeah. Oh, you're confused? Let me explain it so you can understand.
Oh, mansplaining.
That's correct. Mansplaining.
All right. But at some point, if she is confused, I'm going to explain it.
Correct.
I explain it to other people.
Just don't say it. I guess that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
If you say, let me explain it to you, that's one thing. Then you're condescending. If you just explain something, not so bad.
Right. And I kind of agree with Ted that term has gotten so loose. Like sometimes you're just telling somebody, teaching somebody about something. Right.
Yeah.
And we do it to each other all the time. It doesn't mean we're mansplaining. It means we know about it and we're okay to talk about it, and so we teach people about it.
Yeah, I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm explaining it to you.
Right.
I'm
Two different things.
I'm not man-spreading. I just have a wide stance. I'm a
Right.
short, fat guy.
Calm down. You're being emotional.
Ooh, that's, yeah.
Again, just because it's true doesn't mean you need to say it.
You're not lying.
It's not about truth. It's about how she feels about what you said. Not a big deal. Again, these are things to never say to a woman. When saying something is a big deal, it's not your place to define whether or not it is. You don't get to decide someone else's perceptions or feelings. But also, being from this side of it, I know it's not a big deal. I understand that in this moment, it's a big deal to you. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal at all.
Say this is not going to be a big deal.
Yeah. You know what? That's fair. That's a good call.
That's a good way to put
Well,
it.
my wife and I do it now. Like, we've been married long enough where it's like anything. You'll bicker back and forth about something, and then you find a way to make that molehill a mountain. So in about the last 10 years, we just kind of stop each other. I'm like, is anything we're saying important, or are we just mad? Because if it's important, I'll continue to listen. If we're just mad, let's just go do separate things for 20 minutes and let it go away. And man, it has worked masterfully.
Absolutely.
But you mean it. Like, dude, before we say something really stupid, we're arguing about what to watch on TV. So I'll do are we going to get divorced over this? Because if the answer is no, then let's drop it. Right. To me, that's the only thing that matters. We're not getting divorced, then nothing we're talking about is worth fighting about.
Our chemistry has gotten off at this point. Let's just go away for a second.
Yeah.
You can give it 5 minutes. We'll be fine.
You found me in bed with your sister. Are we going to get divorced? Yes, we are. Okay, let's talk about
Or
this.
you can put me in timeout.
Let me explain it so you all understand.
Yeah, or like, you don't seem happy with me. It's like, look, I'm just in an SE mood. Maybe we just shouldn't hang out today.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing's going to make it better.
Things to never say to a woman.
Especially not you're cooking.
You're crazy.
I think it's situational.
You're crazy, man.
You're crazy.
If it's an emotional thing, then no. But if it's like, I want to do one more shot, like, you're crazy.
And I don't feel
let's not do that.
I don't feel like you say that to anybody.
Generally, when I say it, there's nothing negative going on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know,
like if Ted says, man, I'm going to go chat that girl up over there, and she's a smoke shop. Like, man, you're crazy.
You're crazy, man.
I'm hoping it works for you.
Exactly.
But like,
it's more to the positive.
Yeah.
You know, Miles comes in, I'm going to eat this whole plate of wings. Oh, you're crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a weird way of encouraging someone.
It really is.
You'll see.
You should feel lucky that you get free drinks when you go out.
Does that mean you're not attractive?
Only if you're right.
Wow.
Is that a backhanded,
Miles.
Is that a backhanded compliment?
I don't know that I've ever said to a woman, you should feel like, but I've definitely said, like, well, you probably get free drinks when you go out.
Yeah, because you're attractive.
I think the article talks about how, yes, women proportionally get more free drinks than men do when they go out, but the problem is the insistence that comes after it. It used to be just a way of, it was basically like giving them your number, like, hey, I would like to talk to you. And then if they want to or not is up to them. But now it's almost becoming like this, hey, I gave you a drink, you want to head into the bathroom for a quickie?
But the thing is, that has nothing to do with the chicks. It's like we're horn dogs.
Right.
We don't have to buy them drinks. They're getting a free drink because someone bought them the free drink. I've never seen a bartender just say, like, it'd be different if bartenders go, I'm going to give you a free drink. But if I bought you a drink, like, that's, first of all, drink it, it's free. But
absolutely.
That's not on you. I'm trying to get in your pants.
Right, I'm shooting my shot here.
Christ almighty,
exactly.
man.
I think, I
mean, honestly. Like, if you just got free drinks because you showed up somewhere, that's one thing. But, like, if people are buying you drinks, well, good for you. Yeah. I wish I was you.
And I feel like there's a difference between, like, if I'm chatting to a girl, like, hey, let me buy you a drink, as opposed to just being like, hey, man.
Send a drink over there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Much different, man.
Yeah. This one seems to be getting burned at the stake a lot more these days, but you'd be prettier if you smiled more.
Jesus.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Nope.
I don't know. And one thing, that's not necessarily true. Told you I'm at Emerald City Comic Con a couple years ago. And look, it's a long day. My daughter's doing her thing. I am wiped out. So I'm in this like kind of makeshift seating area. Basically, everyone that was exhausted just kind of took this area. Drop dead gorgeous woman. She's on her phone. She's just kind of sitting in the middle of everyone. All the guys keep peeking over. Her friend finally shows up, who she's been waiting for, and she smiles. And all 4 of her teeth were almost jet black. And I'm like, Jesus God. I mean, it was jarring. I mean, I would have told her, like, no. Seriously, man. I mean, it was, when her mouth was closed, she was just a very pretty woman. And she opened her mouth and just like, oh, man.
And people's faces are their faces. I feel like if I was to just observe any of the 4 of us in this room just walking down the street, I don't think there's going to be a smile on that face. It's not necessarily that we're pissed off about anything.
When someone does walk down the street with a smile, you can't help but notice because it seems weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most people aren't just smiling when they walk down. But I always notice people that are smiling when they walk down the street, and I assume they are crazy.
I did see a gal walking down the street today, and she had a smile on it, and you could tell that something good had just happened in her life, and it brightened my day a little bit.
I was going to say, it's kind of infectious.
It is. It was quite nice, but I also recognize it as a rarity that people don't just walk around smiling.
Thurl's right. Like, I tend to smile, but if I'm walking down the street smiling, more than likely that's like a Joker thought. Just like, all right.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to eat that?
Oh, yeah. Can I have it?
Right. That's what I would only thing. Yeah. You don't want that. You don't need that. Yeah. I'll even make fat jokes so that I can have the food that she has that I want.
Why didn't you order fries if you wanted that many of mine?
That I have no problem saying. Seriously. They do sell them separate. And I wanted the ones that are on my plate with my burger. You've eaten half of
I don't want a bite of your salad.
You shouldn't wear so much makeup.
Okay, I understand the philosophy. I just prefer someone who looks like themselves.
Right.
But you can't tell. Yeah, exactly. So that's what makeup is.
And the more natural look is starting to come back.
What I'm trying to say is
they're not wearing makeup, but it's more natural looking.
Yeah, I like you when you wake up in the morning because 100%. You just look beautiful.
100%.
I mean, that's maybe the best
you
way
brush
to put
your
it.
teeth a little earlier, but you know.
That really helps.
I feel like, we're guilty, too, of saying, like, we don't, like, make it without realizing how much time, like, women, not a ton, but put on, like, women, I think, aren't wearing makeup. It's like, well, I'm still wearing stuff. You just don't realize.
That's perfect.
Right. Are you sure you want to wear that?
I've heard that 8 million times.
That goes the other way.
Right. I don't think a single man is saying that to his wife.
Absolutely not. That is absolutely the opposite. That road is not going that direction.
No.
It's coming the other way, man.
I mean, it is a family wedding. You know what those things
and it's not even a question. It's a demand. You're not wearing that shirt.
Correct.
Right.
No.
Go back in there right now.
That's right.
And change.
No, you go into my closet and tell me what I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm. You bought me this shirt.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, God. I made the mistake of the jeans and white tennis shoes thing.
Miles Montgomery.
Which I just, for some reason, I'm just like, what are you, a radio engineer?
Yeah, that's my first thought.
Things to never say to a woman. Is it that time of the month?
Oh, damn, man.
Yeah. Avoid that subject.
You just seem extra angry.
Right.
I'm already planning on sleeping on the couch, so I'm just going to keep digging this hole.
Again, just because it might be true, it's about how it sounds. When are you going to have children? Some of them aren't. Some of them
Isn't that more from the...
I think that's from women to older
generation. Yeah. That's like
I have never said that to a woman.
Like a mom says to her daughter.
And then this is the number one thing to never say to a woman. It's kind of in that same vein. It's a subject to avoid altogether. Are you pregnant?
Oh, no.
Don't take the risk.
Sometimes the short, switch is just, you doing okay?
Right.
I'm fine. Right. Once you get up fine back, oh, man, the snowball just starts rolling down the
hill. Duck and cover. Yeah. Hit the bunker, man. You're out.
Mike and I were looking at a picture the other day. It said, whenever you feel embarrassed, remember this photo of Paris Hilton kissing a woman's stomach who was not pregnant.
It is territory that you cannot wander into.
I learned that the hard way, too. Like, unless somebody says they're pregnant, like, do not bring it up.
Right. I learned it vicariously through my grandmother, who still, God bless her, probably to this day does not know that she did this. But I went up to a gal that was clearly pregnant, and started making the comment, oh, it looks like you swallowed a watermelon seed. You know, those little comments. No, she is not pregnant. She has just got a big old freaking mass right there on her gut that makes her look like she's pregnant.
Well, my wife was pregnant. I didn't even ask. I mean, we went to the hospital, to get the sonogram or whatever the hell. I'm still not ready. There's your little baby. I'm like, yep, still not asking.
A driver in Florida learned the hard way to respect the snow while driving, Miles.
How did he do that?
I'll tell you how at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Thrillhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today, our shot is brought to you by our friends at Black Raven Brewery. And today, we toast an unidentified man from Detroit, Michigan. And here's the story. Now, Detroit police, they were doing a demonstration for children of the equipment inside of their squad car, right? So all the kids are gathered around. This is the sirens. This is this. Well, an uninvited man ended up approaching the police to ask how their computer system worked. And the police, they were game. They asked for his ID, and they ran his name. Kids gathered around, and lo and behold, our honoree had warrants for armed robbery. 478 miles away in St. Louis. He was promptly arrested. So while he did not find out how their computer system worked, he did find out that they do, in fact, work. You cannot possibly be that stupid.
Wow. Say that again. He's at a police?
So the cops, it's like something for the kids. And so they invite the kids around because every kid wants to turn on the lights, use the radio, and the cops are showing them just all the different stuff inside of the squad car. One of them, obviously, is their computer. So, like I said, an uninvited adult shows up, asks about their computer system, and the cops aren't even suspicious. They just know the kids don't have ID. So, like, hey, man, hand us your ID. We'll show you. Guy hands them their ID. Like, dude, there's warrants for an armed robbery that you committed in St. Louis. We have to arrest you. And, look, a lot of people might not know they have a warrant out for them because you missed a parole thing or something like that, right? Armed robbery, and you've never been caught, that there are warrants out for your arrest. I cannot wrap my head around that.
I feel like if you lived in St. Louis and moved to Detroit, like there's a warrant out for something.
Man, that's kind of my thought, too. Like, you went from St. Louis to Detroit. Bro, you're running from something. Either way, we're toasting this man. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
Let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Do you know about the true crimes that inspired a Bruce Springsteen album? Or the murders AC/DC was blamed for? How about Taylor Swift's Violent Stalkers? Or the suspicious deaths of Brittany Murphy and River Phoenix? These stories and more are told in the Disgraceland podcast, hosted by me, Jake Brennan, every Tuesday, where I dive deep into subjects from the dark side of music history and entertainment. So follow and listen to Disgraceland on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Escape to paradise with a relaxing 6-night stay in the iconic islands of Tahiti and Moorea. Enjoy an all-inclusive nonstop flight to Tahiti from Seattle or Los Angeles on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. This dream getaway also includes beautiful accommodations, excursions, daily breakfast, all transfers, and more, starting at just $26.95 per person. Call 1-877-468-2448 to book yours today.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel a game is on, and you can too. Download today.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, it's Steve the Thrill Hill. Could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola. All right, Jefe.
Congratulations on 20 years, gentlemen. Every day you make me laugh. Good job,
thank you,
guys.
Jeff.
Good job.
Hey, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, man. All right, you understand how this here game is played?
I sure do.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs. We have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign objects that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally today, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
Let's do some drugs.
All right, a man high on something jumped out of a moving car, leaving the car to crash into a home. He then tried to break into another house. An officer heard a loud crash while speaking to a neighbor regarding a suspicious person. The officer arrived at the scene of the crash and found a vehicle crashed into the front of an occupied residence. The vehicle itself unoccupied, but it was running and in drive. The witness saw a male flee the area of the crash. An officer was aware of this male, one Felix Ortiz Jr., and he recognized him from an encounter earlier in the day where Ortiz had been running around in public nude and under the influence of drugs. Another officer spotted Ortiz driving in a different vehicle and leaving the residence, so the officer pulled him over and arrested him. Now, police said that while they were at the scene of the crash, two other victims approached an officer and said that a man matching Ortiz's description attempted to break into their home, and they provided ring camera footage of the incident. While on the scene of the crash, the two victims approached the officer and explained that the man matching Ortiz's description, again, I just went through that, sorry. Once at the police station, police said Ortiz admitted that he got high. Quote, he explained that he was driving and began to see hallucinations, so he exited the vehicle while in motion. He attempted to get help, which is when he tried to get into the residence. He then went home and took a relative's vehicle to return to the crash scene to get the crashed vehicle. He was taken to Lancaster County Prison, and he's charged with the following: 2 counts of DUI, controlled substance, 1 count of criminal trespass, 2 counts of DUI related, 1 accident damage attended, 1 count DUS, which I have no idea what that is, 1 count of reckless driving, and 2 counts of unauthorized use of a vehicle. Good Lord.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, that's it. You know what?
Good on, Jeff.
You summed it up succinctly. That boy in trouble.
You in trouble.
The question is, what drug was he on? Was he on mushrooms, acid, Xanax, or PCP? So shrooms, acid, Xanax, or PCP, what was my man on? When he jumped out of the moving vehicle to crash into a house, tried to get in the house to get help, then went home and borrowed another vehicle to go back to the scene of the crash to retrieve the first vehicle that he crashed into the house that he tried to break into.
You said he was naked earlier in the day.
Earlier in the day, he had been naked, and the cops had dealt with him. I don't know why he wasn't arrested, but they dealt with him. At this point, he was clothed.
I'm going to go PCP based on the early nudity.
Where'd you say it was?
Yeah, what do you think? I got a couple ideas. What do you think, Ted?
Did you say Fredericksburg?
Lancaster County, I believe, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Miles, you're right. PCP does equal naked, but I'm gonna say acid. Took too much LSD.
Okay. How about you, Jeff?
Well, I like the naked for PCP, but I don't think you get too many hallucinations. I was kind of leaning acid, but I'm going to flesh it out. I'm going to go mushrooms. I'm going to think he was hugging the world, man. Okay. Hugging the world.
We're going to find out what this guy was on. Was it mushrooms, acid, Xanax, or PCP? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
What is Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes, I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for...
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
All of them?
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Category Sharks on profile this. We got a man who was high in Pennsylvania. Jumped out of the moving car. He was driving the moving car.
Yeah.
He started taking off. That car then crashed into a house. It was still in drive. The man fled the scene. He had been confronted or arrested by police earlier that day.
At least confronted because he was naked.
And he was on drugs. Question is, what drug was he on? Was he on mushrooms, acid, Xanax, or PCP?
And that is a question that I pose to you, gentlemen. Nobody went with Xanax. But Ted, you did go with acid.
Yes.
Not on acid. Seems reasonable. Hefe, you went with the old shroom. Said he was hugging the world, and I've been there before. It was not true. I might hug the world, but I don't do it naked. And Miles, you said PCP just reeks of being naked for whatever reason.
Oh, he's naked earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you are correct.
All right. And Lancaster County makes sense.
It's close
For
enough.
PCP, really?
Close enough to DC Baltimore.
Yeah, DC is still like the main stronghold of PCP users.
Right.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today, of course, we got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kimmel.
Seth Meyers. Stephen Colbert. Writers. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That is right there. The title of these guys have talented teams of writers help them come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a V. Ted Smith original?
The South is getting a once-in-a-lifetime winter storm that is dumping record levels of snow. Apparently, it was so cold that Florida, that entire state, shriveled up into Georgia.
Fallon. Ted Smith.
Fallon.
The South is getting a once-in-a-lifetime winter storm that's dumping record levels of snow. Apparently, it was so cold in Florida, the entire state shriveled up into Georgia.
It's an interesting study. A third of younger workers admit sometimes they duck out of work early, as opposed to 90% of their bosses.
I hope that's you.
That's me.
Yeah. All right, come on.
Look at these youngsters leaving early.
I was going to tell the boss I'm leaving, but he was gone already.
Florida got several inches of snow. Yeah, I was there. Florida got several inches of snow. They actually have plows in Florida, but they usually save them for when everybody passes out in Miami during spring break. People in North Florida have never seen this much snow, while everybody in Miami was like, we have.
Colbert?
Myers.
Fallon.
Yeah, Florida got several inches of snow. They actually have plows in Florida, but they usually save them for when everyone passes out in Miami during spring break. Yeah, people in North Florida have never seen this much snow, while everyone in Miami is like, we have.
A Virginia-based company is offering ultra-wealthy clients spots in their luxury doomsday bunker because who doesn't want to spend an apocalypse with 12 other people with no skills? Joffrey, it's a zombie. Quick.
Colbert?
Myers.
Myers.
A Virginia-based company is offering ultra-wealthy clients a spot in a luxury doomsday bunker for $20 million because who doesn't want to survive the apocalypse alongside 12 other people with no skills?
Jeffrey, it's a zombie. Quick!
8 years after going off the air, Duck Dynasty is being renewed on A&E. Meanwhile, Gen Z was like, it's what's being revived on what?
Fallon.
Yeah, it's Fallon.
8 years after going off the air, Duck Dynasty is being revived on A&E. Meanwhile, Gen Z is like, what is being revived on what?
Duck Dynasty is coming back. It's called Duck Dynasty The Revival. It's going to come out later this summer. It'll focus on Willie and Corey Robertson and their kids, basically in the future of the Duck Commander business. Remember, that was the whole thing, right? The family was famous for making these duck calls.
Oh.
Kay and Uncle Si, they'll be back. The dad, Phil, he's not, but he's been battling Alzheimer's, reportedly in poor health.
Okay.
So that kind of adds up and makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So they just make duck calls. They don't make decoys, nothing else. It's just duck calls.
I mean, they might, but their calls were the big sell.
Okay.
Correct. Like they had made them so well. You know what, Miles? I'm sure they probably make other duck hunting related stuff.
I mean, look, McDonald's made salad, right? But that's just not going to be the draw.
All right. So I'll get you one of these on Amazon.
Okay.
You go for your walk on Green Lake in the morning again. You take a duck call. You bringing in ducks?
I don't think you have to.
Are they flying toward you? I mean, how does this work? I've never operated a duck call.
Oh, well, the idea is that...
Do they just get closer to you?
Well, yeah, like we'd all be sitting out in a duck blind.
All right.
And then you use that duck call, right, to kind of lure them in.
Sure.
So I don't know if it's like... I know with elk calls, you're supposed to sound like a female, I believe, in heat.
Okay.
They have the equivalent of, hey... I'm translating what they hear.
You up?
The bar has closed. People are walking. Hey, woo! That's basically what they're hearing.
Let's get a second bottle of red wine.
Fireball.
I think that's what they hear. Fireball.
But that's the idea. So with ducks, I don't know if it's just like, hey, there's other ducks here, or if it's like, quack, I'm a lady duck. Did you get down here for some fun, fella?
That's generally what attracts, you know.
But yeah, that's what they were famous for.
And Donald ducking it.
I would like to go duck hunting. I've been talking about hunting for years. But like deer hunting and stuff, especially turkey hunting, you got to be super quiet and stalking stuff around. Whereas a duck hunt feels like you're just hanging out with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once in a while, you pop off a couple shotgun rounds.
Yeah, you go down to Filson and get all fitted up for about $4,000.
Yeah, right. That's where I'm going to go.
Yeah, right. They do. They got bags for the shotgun shells. They've got all. It's leather. I don't know why you would do that, and if you're wading, but whatever.
All right, so I started a new miniseries last night on HBO called An Update on Our Family.
Okay.
It's basically about this couple that were like family bloggers. You guys probably remember this story. There was a big deal because they were already, on YouTube and stuff. So they were already blogging, and then they really blew up when they had talked about going to China to adopt a child.
Okay.
So, I mean, spoiler alert, they end up giving the kid back after like 2 years.
Give him back?
Whoa. Right.
So it's like a warranty or something?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but it's basically the rise and fall of the Staffler family. And it's kind of crazy because they're already blogging about their family and stuff. But once they add in this adopted kid, and people like, and it's a good series because like one woman, she's just like, look, I was obsessed with it. So I love the updates.
How old was this kid when they adopted him?
For what I could tell, like 3 or 4.
Okay.
So it's also interesting too, is they bring in other people, like they had an Asian guy, I guess Asian American. Like he's like, look, I was adopted, and he goes, you got to imagine, even for like this 4-year-old, like the kid's not 8, so I don't know, somewhere in that 3 to 5 range. But he's like, the kid automatically is just like, I don't want to do this, right? You've gotten close to the foster parents. Then the first thing is you're putting on them a plane, and then at any age, I don't care who you are, like that kid gets back to America. There's no, it's everything he's known is other Chinese people. Now you're surrounded by all these white people, like it's just an odd thing for the kid. So over time, but their views go through the roof, right? Now they've adopted them. Now they're getting sponsors. They're moving into bigger homes. But over time, and this is the thing with like this game of social media and being on YouTube and stuff, is that people really care. They are invested in your life. So people start noticing that, like, only the dad's taking them to doctor's appointments and this and that. And they're like, what's up with that? So they figure out the kid does have some developmental disabilities, blah, blah, blah. Where things really take a change is now they have this giant home, this and that. But this mom gets pregnant again.
Okay. Did they already have kids?
Right. They already had 2.
Okay.
So, like, they're getting free trips to Disney World. I mean, as far as that space goes, like, as far as parenting, blogging, I'm trying to use some names or YouTubers that I'm going to, like, you know, they were up to, like, a Kai Cenat level or a Drew, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think of other big, you know, Mr. Beast. Like, in that area.
Okay. Wow.
They were massive, right? I mean, probably weren't Mr. Beast yet, but they're getting there. They're getting all the free stuff. But then she gets pregnant again, and everybody's like, thought Huxley, the kid that was, like, the closing of the family, people start noticing, like, we don't see that kid anymore. And then everybody comments, and they also notice there's a car seat missing. So he's still in that, and they're like, where's that kid? And then where they left off last night is people really start noticing that now they're going on, because you can comment on everything in YouTube, right? Of course. And they're just deleting the comments, right? And listen, I've been in these situations. That doesn't mean people are dumb or they don't fathom. So people are like, where is he? You can delete the comment.
Right.
But people know, and it says deleted by.
Yeah, you know, they deleted the kid.
Basically. So, I mean, I know how the story ends. So there's another episode coming out, I want to say in like a week or so. So, I mean, basically they like kind of tried him out. Obviously, it was a lot of trouble. I mean, ask anybody that's raised a kid. It's already tough. Right. You adopted him, but also like that you adopted him and moved him all the way across the world. Like you kind of got to stick with the kid and raise him like your kid, because that's the thing. And they do a good job too of interviewing other adoptive parents. It's a different life, right? You weren't born with that kid, so you don't have that bond with them. And they're like, to send them back though, they're like, that's just
horrible,
awful, right? So I mean, the next episode I believe is when people kind of figure it out, and like obviously, you know, I don't know. We talked about it for years, right? Kate, was it John and Kate +8? Thrill, you were one of the first people who was like, it feels like they're just using their kids.
One of them was.
Right. So it's a very odd dynamic because the kid got their page so popular, but also like,
did you just use reality? Right. Of raising, you still got to raise a kid. Yeah. Look, man, my wife's Instagram gets more hits when she posts pictures of the kids for obvious reasons, because they're kids. But we still have to raise them. So, like, good for her, but that's not the motivation to have a freaking kid.
Right. So that's kind of where this is going. It's like, did you really care? Were you just trying to up the numbers on your page? Because they obviously loved all the spoils of it.
Sure.
And God damn,
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, the house they got. I'm like, this is unreal. But pretty interesting series. I highly recommend it for a lot of people.
And what's it called?
An Update on Our Family.
Okay.
And it's on HBO. It's a mini-series. And then earlier today, we were talking about Abraham Lincoln getting shot. And I brought up... Spoiler alert, Lincoln's dead. So I also have been watching this other show about just on, I think it's American Heroes channel. This is real old man stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just about American badasses.
Yeah.
So when I think of the Pinkerton Detective Company, I always think about them union busting. You kind of hate the Pinkertons, you know, the way I grew up. You realize the original Pinkerton guy was like an ace detective. Like, he saved the president's life. Like, basically, he broke down in tears and was like, I should have been at the theater.
Sure.
But he wasn't hired full time and stuff. And then this guy invented almost some of the detective tactics that we know. And, like, they were like, it's a real shame that people only think of that last name, and the detective agency was like a bad thing now. You know, Miles, going to those, coal miners and beating them up and stuff. So just interesting. And if you want to be an old man, the Update on My Family, watch that with anybody. I mean, not your kids. Good show. But again, American Badass.
Maybe you should watch it with your kids. Might put them in line.
You lucky.
You know, I could do that to you.
Right. Or
you're just gone.
I don't know. If you're thinking about making a YouTube channel with you and your kids and your wife, maybe just give this one a overall view first.
Yeah.
Good patience.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Florida man learns a hard lesson while doing donuts with his truck in the snow. Meanwhile, an Instacart delivery man is just doing his job. Then to the ER he does go. Woman driving a golf cart rolls it over with 5 kids on board. New Yorkers who rescued a moose from a frozen lake, they should get an award. And 3 Eagles fans are arrested after scamming the Philadelphia Eagles. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. here's my cock.
All right, our top story, we go to Florida, where lessons need to be learned. When the snowy season arrives, most all of us tighten up our basic safe driving skills, even throwing some traditional rules out of the window in lieu of safer driving practices. Then there are those of us who take advantage of the slippery conditions to feel like we're in a Fast and Furious movie, which is usually just harmless fun, but sometimes accidents happen. Deputies in the area responded to a crash along the highway that had evidence suggesting the driver was doing donuts in the snow before losing control and tumbling off a short bridge. Oops. The sheriff's department used the crash as an opportunity to remind the public not to get too carried away with the drifting antics. And it's not like it was a huge bridge. The back end of this truck was still sitting firm on the top of the road while the nose was buried in a ditch. It's just this thing was going over a creek or something.
If you see any pictures of Florida roads right now during the snow, it's all trucks. Those are the people that feel the most secure, obviously, being out there with
Absolutely.
a four-wheel drive, vehicle. But at the same point in time, there's an element of, hey man, hold my beer.
Yeah, no kid. And I get it. I had that kind of car when I was a kid too. I remember the days when it snowed outside. You found an empty parking lot, and you finally got to slip around a little bit. But
we did it.
Yeah. Just be safe and smart when you're doing it. Make sure that the cops aren't around. In other news, for more bad driving stories, we find ourselves in North Carolina. Local authorities responded to reports that a crash had occurred when an unregistered golf cart carrying several children was flipped over by its driver, injuring 5 kids aged 5 and 9. When authorities arrived, they conducted a test of the driver in her 30s and determined that she was impaired at the time of the accident, landing her a DWI charge. The kids were put in the care of a quote-unquote responsible parent.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, you're out there, you're spinning the golf cart around, you're having a good old time.
I would do it. I've done it. Just maybe not the 5 kids.
I would bet money she was in reverse when she did it.
You think?
Yes. Because that thing, when you whip it, because I've done this before, when you're in reverse and you get that thing up to speed and you whip it out, now you've got the back wheel steering technically.
Right.
And so you can pin that bad boy hard, and you get to get it to pivot on that front one, and you will tip it right on over. You got to be careful when you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Over to Pennsylvania, where it's not even safe to be a delivery driver. A woman in the area ordered some food to be delivered to her home, but made the mistake of not letting her husband know. The driver arrived at the house setting off their doorbell camera, and the woman that made the order didn't think the alert from the camera was her food, instead believing that someone was stealing from a utility trailer on her property. That's about the time that her husband grabbed his gun and made for the door, spotting the delivery driver, and without warning, no words at all, shot the delivery driver in the leg.
Jeez,
all right.
Man.
The driver immediately retreated back to his car, where his wife and kids were waiting for him, and called 911. The shooter is facing several charges.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Not a, hey, what are you doing? You're just going to go right out and just
open
pop
the door
off.
and fire. Yeah.
Come on, man. Just a little bit here.
Yeah, exactly.
In case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Wild story out of New York. Officials landed themselves a difficult rescue operation. A moose had wandered onto one of the frozen lakes in the area, managing to find some thin ice, and fell into the freezing water. Officials were called and made it to the scene, but they had to get crafty with the rescue operation because simply hauling a 1,000-pound moose is no easy feat. They resorted to using a chainsaw to cut the animal a path back to shore. Doggone it, Steve. Where it finally got out of the water and rested for about 20 minutes to warm back up before standing up and sauntering off into the woods. Yeah.
Again, chainsaw, moose, I'm hungry.
Sure, it's going to be great. And just, that moose did not care about them one iota. Like, they first, they dug him out a path, and then they're trying to spook it. They got metal prods and whatnot. Moose doesn't care. Just standing there. The sleds that they had was what actually got him to move. Went out over on the shore and just laid there staring at him for a while, which I don't know why you're sticking in the area. At that point, let the moose be moose, because they're not very fun and nice animals.
And don't wait for gratitude when you save an animal. You can pull the jar off of a raccoon's head.
Absolutely.
It's not going to say namaste. It's going to take the hell off.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know that if I was in India drowning in a river and an elephant pulled me out, I'd be like, all right, thanks.
Right. Thanks, dude.
Really?
My man.
Yeah,
I
really.
would.
Well, you're nicer than I am to elephants.
Men's Room Sports are brought to you by the fine folks on Sports on What. All kinds of NBA and college basketball on tonight, as well as the Kraken hosting the Washington Capitals here at home tonight. Looking to kickstart a winning streak to put them back in the conversation there. If you want to find out where to watch all that, you can download that Sports on What app. It'll tell you where it's at and when.
And if you're going, a great chance to see the grade 8 before he retires.
100%. As far as your weather, should be a little cloudy tonight, keeping things to a modest low of 34 degrees. That'll open it up for tomorrow, where we can expect partly cloudy skies and a high of 45 with some afternoon sunshine to bring us into the weekend. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Lovely Jolene is up next. Listen on the Odyssey app for your shot at 5K a day, and she has the world premiere of the brand new Shinedown coming up at 9 o'clock.
Yes, indeed. It's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Do you know about the true crimes that inspired a Bruce Springsteen album? Or the murders AC/DC was blamed for? How about Taylor Swift's violent stalkers? Or the suspicious deaths of Brittany Murphy and River Phoenix? These stories and more are told in the Disgraceland podcast, hosted by me, Jake Brennan, every Tuesday, where I dive deep into subjects from the dark side of music history and entertainment. So follow and listen to Disgraceland on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.